Since he's unmuted, me is unmuted also. And should not show anything. Good, where's my phone? I lost my phone. Here. Welcome guys to the Nerd Ensemble. Wow, great! I fucking failed the name! 12 episodes in and I already fucking failed the name.
I'm just gonna state this now. He asked me if he could take lead on this introduction, if he could be the one to do the introduction.
Yeah.
And he's already failing.
And with me today I have our sick co-host, Nexus, and of course myself.
Yay!
That's why I wanted to use the introduction.
You wanted the introduction just to say, hey, I got a sick co-host.
Quite literally, he's sick. And I'm not telling you if it's physically or mentally. It's probably both, but don't tell him. Like, I don't know which one, but you know, probably both.
Yes. Me sick, so I may sound like it. At times I may sound congested, or just, you can tell. There's definitely a point in my voice where you can tell right now.
Aye.
But, yeah.
Okay, good.
I will try to mute myself whenever I have to sneeze or whatever, but more than likely I'll be away from the mic, like over here, and I doubt you hear that.
Yeah, I heard you. But
you, but them I don't know.
Yeah,
man. Pretty high.
My nose is itchy.
It's contagious.
I was like saying that earlier because we did a stream another time when he was sick. Like, what was it? I think it was like the second stream we did.
Uh-huh.
It was so funny because he was sick, but I was the one sitting like coughing the whole stream.
And now I'm burning up.
Are you burning up? Why are you burning up?
Well, the heat's on. I have my fan turned on, so it should cool up a little bit, but the heat's also on, so. Anyway, so I want to start something off right now by saying me and Sweet are drinking our totally not sponsored, but totally wish it could be sponsored drinks.
Actually, I didn't. I'm drinking something different at the moment. Had that, but I have it in my hand. I'm planning.
We had a setup going, and you ruined it. Well, okay, I am doing that then.
A not sponsored drink, you mean? I actually
not sponsored, but kind of wish it was sponsored drink.
Now I have it open.
See, all these not sponsored deals at the moment is giving me a headache. So here's the deal. Okay. Should have done that. So what I did was I put the cold bottle against my head. I'm like, that's too cold.
Oh, it's cold. What?
My reaction is to put a cold drink against my head. Like, good job, idiot.
Oh yeah, it was like what I said earlier. Doing a cold drink when it's cold outside made me cold. Like,
and I replied that with like, no wonder why I got cold after eating cereal.
And that was like, seems cold of you. And or the spider. You got cold shoulder. You got cold shoulder by both an insect and a fucking girl.
We're referencing our Zelda.
And if you have not watched that episode, what is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, I would say go watch, but they're pretty long, so.
Wasn't that like the time we played for
2 to 3 years from now, or maybe longer? There should hopefully be a shortened version of that. So I'm going to mention something about this drink. I haven't even said what it is.
Oh yeah.
Mountain Dew. The one thing that we'd actually think would be kind of nice to have something from.
But I could take almost any weird fucking company if it's so.
Well, if it's good, I'll go for it.
Yeah.
If you got yourselves a good, except for energy drinks, I don't really care for those.
Those I wouldn't mind. Yeah. But yeah.
If you're gonna do with energy drinks, you're sending it all to him. If there's other stuff, you're splitting it.
Basically. Yeah, I don't drink coffee either. Coffee or tea, I don't accept. Like.
I will accept tea.
What are you, British?
No, I'm American. The idiot British.
No, you're the true.
came from
You
Britain.
are the British that don't claim base something else because you didn't want to be British.
And then we did the exact same thing the British did. But
Like
anyway,
we don't want people to oppress us. So you
we
see,
don't want oppression and we don't want taxes, so we're gonna have to. You guys have to pay taxes to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, go.
and also you see these guys that is different than us. You can abuse them if you want. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, to go back to the Mountain Dew thing, we're definitely not getting that sponsorship now that all that's been said. But the thing about it is that they have like a limited edition can. I don't really know if it's limited edition, but what I do know is there's a freaking pink stain underneath it. What the hell is that? I don't know.
Pink stain? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like a pink marker deal or something underneath it. Like, okay. But this is a Modern Warfare version. It even comes with double XP. But guess how much that lasts? How long that'll last? I didn't read this until I just got it out of the fridge. It says 30 minutes double XP multiplayer only.
Can't
30
hear.
minutes. Can't hear who?
That's a good question. Like, can't hear him. Who?
You're talking about him? I mean, he just started talking, but let me check the thing.
I know my volume is
Swear
working,
I-
and your
Oh, I
volume
haven't
should
checked.
work. On my side, but on your side, I don't know.
It
Who's-
should?
Also, welcome to the stream, Goal. If you can hear me, on the stream.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome, Goal.
It's one of your friends, apparently. Also, I don't know who it is.
Welcome. I
Who?
don't know. How can you not hear?
It's deaf.
Clearly.
So also, I'm gonna just take this up because today is more of a topic side episode, even though both our fucking streams is like making fun of it because we take it right. But our topic is basic this week, and because it's basically both of them. One is, of course, is today is the SEO episode, so. We have 4, yeah, and that's the 4 episodes we're gonna go through. Episode 2, 3, 4, and 5. And actually, he's actually caught up. I know it's spectacular, but yeah.
Well, I was caught up the last time. I just didn't care to go for it.
And
actually, you know, I'm going to check audio because it should absolutely be working.
yeah, and I'm gonna continue telling what's going on. And also we have a review going on today from my side because yesterday or 2 days ago.
Make that non-spoiler.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be too much of a spoiler, more than like the one thing I want to tell you about, and because it's pretty interesting.
Huh.
But also, basically,
Hold on a sec.
Death Stranding was released.
You are not at all here.
Have you accidentally muted me? Or did you forget to unmute me?
Failed podcast on my side. What?
Is your sound not working?
No. For you, it's not.
Why? It's well, fine from my side.
I don't know. It's not.
It's making
It's
me
not
sick.
Getting your audio. I don't know what's going on. I just checked it myself, and there's nothing there.
Have you stop audio unmuted?
I checked. Yes, unmuted.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
I have sound on my phone. I'm gonna listen also. I mean, you don't need to mute me if I can't be heard, but I can check if I.
Okay, now we're good. Now you're eligible.
What was it?
Okay.
What was wrong?
I'm gonna. Okay. I don't know. I just had to go back into it, and I had to reset as the speaker. It was already set as the correct speaker, but I had to go back in and do it again.
Ah.
Why? I don't know.
Okay.
I want to note a few things here, starting now. So I'm going to try to repeat what that was just said for some odd reason. For everyone on the live deal, you know that for some odd reason it wasn't, nothing was going on. It was kind of weird. But I'm
Yeah.
actually going to have to edit this afterwards. But I want to quickly repeat stuff that we were saying before. So, yeah. I think we're gonna have to do a restart. Just like full blown. We didn't get that far, so we'll just speed through it. But I'm sick. My name is Nexus. That guy over there is Sweden Boy.
I mean, they got my side, so my side is fine, guys.
I'm saying my side. I'm doing
Yeah, because Nexus sucks.
Also, my side is the one that gets edited into the audio version.
Yeah.
And another thing, the thing that I would like to be sponsored by, but will definitely not happen because of various reasons.
Mostly because we are too offensive.
That's extremely true. And also, we're not very, we're not very family friendly, so we're not ad.
How dare you? This is a family show.
You just said the F-bomb like 3 times, and 2 of those were muted.
You did get the reference, did you?
I get it.
Like, it's a family show. 5 minutes later, fuck that. Like, it's a family show. Jared, cut the line. Cut.
Wait. It was cut it, Jared. Jared, cut the line. All right. That was like Mountain Dew. It's a freaking Modern Warfare version of it. It's like an aluminum bottle can thing. Point is, for some reason, it has 30-minute double XP. Why it's only for 30 minutes? I don't know. Blame Mountain Dew and Pepsi. They're weird.
You're weird.
Okay, and now we're back into the main program. So, point being, he's gonna go off and do whatever. He was saying some stuff.
I was.
Say will be at the end of the stream.
Yes.
So
and we're gonna talk about Death Stranding later on. Not right now. I feel like that's gonna be. I think around when we go through something else, because Death Stranding is one of the more recent games. Came out 2 days for me, but 1 day for you, basically. Or actually 2 days for you too, because it came out at...
it's all at the same time.
It came out... No, actually it came out later for you because, American. Not.
So?
Yeah, it was released the 8th, but because...
I'm talking about the exact same
yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's 2 days ago anyways. But 2 days ago, Death Stranding was released. I'm gonna tell you what I feel about the 2 hours I have played.
And for the matter
of it. Yeah. For both of us. And also, and of course we have something about YouTube that I think we're gonna take early, because I feel like that's one thing we talk too much about. I said
too much about it, therefore we need to say it immediately.
Like, I'm not kidding. I think I said that before. So I was like, they're gonna fucking unfollow us and unsubscribe because we fucking talk about YouTube almost every time.
I mean, it's kind of our deal. We do what we do.
We have a secret topic actually that we talked about. We mentioned it last week or last time, because last week we didn't do a podcast. Last week we played Destiny. That you should go check out.
Yeah, you should, because we're gonna try to play the entire thing all the way throughout, except
we have completed the main story.
We're gonna skip some things.
Yeah, we did the main story on Destiny 1 now. We have the DLCs now to do.
And then off to Taken King, which technically is DLC, but that's main expansion. You get the point. There's that. Likely gonna skip Rise of Iron, mainly because it just filler story, really. There's not much to it.
Aye.
And then,
did we have anything else except those stuff, or is it gonna be random stuff also in between? Because I don't think we had anything else that we had actually.
I'm gonna have some things I could probably go off on, but
yeah.
The thing is, I wasn't exactly thinking of much today.
No, because we had some. Because this was one of the few times we actually had a fucking topics again. But it was because it's like one of the topics came because of. I feel like I don't care if it just happened to one person. It happened, and it's more of a Google issue this time than a YouTube issue, because this time it's like it wasn't only the reason is it if anyone recently knew, what was it he did? Oh yeah, he did the high. If anyone have seen the what is it called? YouTube original series, A Heist with Markiplier. It was released like, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
I did not watch that video. I watched High Smart Quiet. I didn't watch the one of these issues.
So you don't know the issues?
Yeah, go for it. I know from the description. I did not watch the video itself.
Yeah, I watched it, and he told me exactly what everything that was like happening. Basically,
you can take a lead on that then.
Yeah, basically, what he did was he was streaming A Heist with Markiplier. I think it was like kind of back behind the scenes stuff. Like I probably told what he did.
He does that with all of his major ones, major skits and stuff.
Yeah, so he basically told, and when he did that, so basically it was he told his fan, spam in the chat which way. So he said like, use a red pad or a green pad depending on which path they should take. And because of that, YouTube and Google decided to suspend accounts apparently. And I don't know if it's ever happened in a lot of other streams, but this is Markiplier itself it happened to. Like, I wouldn't have cared too much if it was like, if it happened to a few people, it could have been something else. But if it happens to a specific YouTuber in a larger scale, I'm like, this is a YouTube issue. This is an issue on their side. Because, yes, I get it. You shouldn't spam. That's a thing I get. The idea of spamming, that's like, not good, but yeah. But here was the issue. It was not the YouTube account that got suspended. It was their Google account. The whole Google account got suspended. So yeah, so it was like the Gmail and everything disappeared. And the appeals was declined. Apparently.
Yeah, that is one thing that always pisses me off when it comes down to it. YouTube is always like, oh, if we incorrectly find something wrong, it's like, oh, hey, this is wrong. And you're like, no, it's not wrong at all. You can just appeal back. That never helps. No matter what you do, appealing never really helps. Because most of the time, you're just going to get screwed over. Like me. I appealed, and you know what happened? I got my live streaming suspended for 90 days.
On
YouTube. So yeah, I have experience in these matters.
Yeah. Another thing that was so irritated really was like,
I got a CG strike.
But that's your issue, not mine.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because I appealed, I got a CG strike, and I got 90 days.
Yeah.
Live stream.
But not only that, do you know what YouTube said on Twitter? That they couldn't do anything. That's...
Oh crap! I know what else to look up. Keep going though.
What the fuck? So in the end, what was really happening was like about 100 accounts or more got suspended for spamming allowed by the broadcaster himself, got suspended from Google for doing something they were allowed to by the broadcaster. I get it. If you get reported, that's one thing, and the streamer tells you to stop spamming, stop using stuff like don't say this, don't do that. That's one thing. Then you should be suspended if you continue harassing someone. But for no reason, I feel like that happens too often. YouTube has a tendency, like, we could talk about something else about YouTube in general right now, because like we talk about suspension.
I have a lot of stuff. You know what's the best way to find something like immediately to trash YouTube about? Go to their Twitter page. You will find something in 2 seconds. I just
Oh god. Yeah, but I'm also gonna talk about because all because we're gonna talk about it later. But Death Stranding, the composer to that game, came out. Was it yesterday or when did it come out about it? Was it yesterday or today came out about that idea? Like, but here's the thing: was he wanted to get to both YouTube and streamers that the music shouldn't be claimed, that the music shouldn't be able to be claimed by anyone, because he wants people to experience the game. Like he wants them to experience the full game, basically.
Oh yeah, that's the thing though. I mean, a lot of creators actually want that, but half the time it's not even up to them because of license issues and everything. Which right now, I would guess Sony is in charge of that little bit of license, and we all know Sony. They're very horrible when it comes to the copywriting. They're one of the reasons why it sucks.
Apparently Sony owns music that is to Dr. Phil. And all people that did reaction videos to Dr. Phil got claimed by Sony. And I'm like, why? Why bother?
Hey, it can't be as bad as when people try to play Beat Saber and got copyright claimed by the Tonight Show. Like, what? How does that work?
Or just you getting fucking claimed by everyone, and then that one person be like, blocked.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, that's also an issue. The copyright system needs to be fixed on YouTube.
Entirely terrible. And you know what's always lovely about YouTube? Don't you just love it when you decide to put your entire faith on in a platform, and you're like, hey, can you fix these problems? And sometimes like, yeah, sure, we'll fix them for you. Then like, this copyright system's kind of broken. You might want to try to fix that. Hey, here's a new feature.
They have this yeah, let's just fix the new UI.
It happens every time. Every time there's an issue that comes out about, oh, there's this copyright issue going out about, which right now we're having this Death Stranding deal. I'm willing to bet YouTube is going to come out with another feature here soon, just to make up, because they even
a new user interface.
What the hell is wrong?
I mean, here is more of, yeah, but I think this time it's not the issue of. I think the issue is that between Kojima and Sony, I think that's the issue.
That's really the issue, yeah. But
yeah, because Kojima owns the game itself, but as publishers, Sony owns everything that is done. Like that's the weird thing is Kojima owns the game itself, like he is the owner of the game, but he doesn't really have a say in it because Sony pays for the game to be published. But basically, and that is the thing I think both Fushell wants to fix is that he wants to get Sony to be like, don't claim this music. Because that's for, I get if you claim someone watching a YouTube video or something with their music in, or any show with their music in, fine. Claim it then if it's over a certain amount of time.
I wouldn't really say if it's over a certain amount of time. It's just more of, I don't know, if it's just like it has the music in something that's not related. You know, so if you take the, say, Death Stranding music and you're just having it play in the background for some reason and you're not playing the game at all, that much, sure, claim that. That makes sense. It's not supposed to be there. If it's in the game, really, what the hell can the player do?
Yeah, and
because half the time devs don't even decide to implement a music slider feature. So
or lately they have done that, but like here's the issue though: you don't want to play a game without music. Like, okay, Minecraft I can play without music, but that's because like that fucking music is not.
Java version. In the Java version of Minecraft, the music barely ever plays in the first place, so what the hell does it matter?
Would we ever decide to fucking copyright paper or copyright notice paper with that? It's like, oh, it's like played 10 seconds. Okay, copyright, it's our music. We need a copyright.
I still don't have to worry about Minecraft copyright deals because they're from Sweden. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, and that's why Forsell is so fucking great because he's Swedish. Swedish composers. I mean, I get this if I get like because it is singing music. I get a part of that. Like, yes, it's still owned by someone. Yes, but it's in the game. Like that's I don't think.
I don't understand it really. Just why would you copyright music that's in the game, and then you're basically like on other platforms just encourage like, hey, go stream and record, videos of you playing this game. Like Sony will come out and say that, oh hey, we just copyrighted the music from that video because like, dude, you just why why?
Like, oh, you want to stream a game? Fine. Oh, you want to listen to?
No.
You want the music? Oh, no, sorry. Can't do. Sorry, it's unavailable.
That was a lovely opening.
What are you fucking doing?
I just opened up the bottle.
You're late to that, boy.
Well, I wanted a good introduction. Okay, that I did not notice that. the lid is a crosshair.
Oh my god, you need to send a picture to me later.
No, it's like the inside of the lid is just a crosshair. That's
I want to see that. The fall of the Berlin Wall 30 years later. Wait, is it 30 years ago the Berlin Wall fell?
I think it'd be much more.
I thought so too. Wait, I'm gonna check that. Wait, let me check something. We need to fact check this. How long time ago this was? Because now
I drink my 230 calories of soda.
stop drinking soda. What are you, a fat man?
How many servings is this? Serving size, 1 bottle. Oh, we're good then.
Berlin Wall.
That's one thing I never understood. It's like, oh, hey, here's your serving size, and it's like, I don't know, 1.5 or like 0.5 of a bottle. It's like, how is that a serving size when you have a normal bottle then?
It is 30 years ago. Holy fuck! Or actually,
There you go.
no, it's not. It's not actually. It was destroyed though in 1991, but the wall itself fell the 9th of November 1989.
See, that would, I guess, make sense. I don't know.
That's kind of interesting. That's an interesting thing. That's one of the biggest history. Like the Cold War was like the one of the biggest thing happening in Europe history, basically. Or in world history.
It was more than just Europe history, buddy. There was a pretty big deal with it over here. Probably because we held some nukes.
That and you hate Russia. You still hate Russia, but you know.
Well, it's not that we hate Russia, it's we have a very uneasy alliance. Not even alliance, just like a very uneasy deal there. Never know what.
Yeah, it's like we hate you guys, but don't let's not fight. Let's pretend to be friends.
Apparently they are. I don't know. I don't know. It's just they keep freaking having these stupid meetings together, and I'm like, dude,
Are you friends or not?
are you friends? Just say it. First,
No.
like, oh yeah, sure. He's cool. He's a cool guy. That's great. And then we just go down to freaking
Next day,
he's
like
planning something. Yes, this is my Trump impression because I don't know how to do it else.
hey, you say fake news and it's fine.
Fake news. I don't know. Works. Okay, so to crawl all the way back because let's be honest, we're not here for a history lesson. Maybe another day because that might be fun. But nah.
We already done history.
Ensemble, not history buff ensemble.
I mean, history is actually being a nerd.
Depends.
I'm a nerd about history.
Anyway. Well, I am too, but I'm not in the mood to talk about it because I'm like,
But yeah,
hold on a second.
the Berlin Wall fell 30 years ago. Congrats, Germany! You were finally free. Morons, couldn't fucking keep a country together. Saying back in my day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure back in your day was the exact same thing as it is now. There's not really much change.
Actually, we didn't have fucking smartphones. Or Uber. Or anything that we have today.
Oh, sure. Same way as back in my day. Didn't have it either. We have flip phones.
Yeah. And that was like... Remember when you fucking wanted a phone back then? You didn't see a kid have a phone back when we were kids. Seriously. But now it's like... You see a fucking 3-year-old holding a phone and you're like...
That's the thing. That's the thing. We had phones, but we didn't have anything attached to them. No plans, nothing. Didn't get to do a single thing with it half the time.
Like, most of them...
I had a flip phone, but I couldn't do anything with it.
I had a plan when I had my first phone. It was mostly to call my parents. Like, that's it.
Or like we had that, but it's like we had call and text like time on it, and then when that went away, we had this like website where you would put in an email, and then you just type your text, and it would send it to the number as an actual text, but then it would come back like email wise or something, like go through email. I don't know, it was a really weird system, but it worked. Like, haha, cheat. I don't know.
Oh god.
Technology was crazy back then.
Back then?
Everything was harder. It was back then. That was almost what?
20 years ago? That's almost
15 years ago, maybe.
50. Oh yeah. Oh
50.
god.
Oh
god.
15. It's a bit more than that, but
About 15 years. I think this first smartphone came out like around 15 years ago. I think the first smartphone actually came out like 15 years ago. No, that's too early.
no,
Like
too early.
12 years ago. I think, was it those 7?
It's like 2000. Well, if it was Windows 7, that's 2009.
Yeah, but the smartphone existed before that. So 07, 09. 07, 08, I think the first smartphone came out. But like, after that we like progressed really quick with everything. Like, and that's not good. Like, progressing too fast is not good.
Really.
Like, you see today, like, people says that there is no job. It's because we're lazy. Like, seriously. It's not that there is no job.
When it comes down to it, a lot of times, no jobs. Well, one big reason, yes, is laziness, and the other one is actually no jobs. Because
No, but do you know why? Because no one wants them, and then those that takes it is the immigrants, and then people complain about the immigrants having jobs, and you're like,
yeah,
you know, like, so,
it's a stupid thing.
Yeah, and they're like, the immigrants takes all the jobs. Well, would you have taken the job yourself? No.
This is a conversation about like years ago, because these days, really, people just say that about anybody.
But that's like seriously, like, everyone complains that immigrants takes the jobs, but if you technically ask them, they're like, no, I wouldn't have done it. Like, no. Do you know why he has a job? Because he took it. You didn't. He's not taking your job. He's taking his job because he wanted actually getting paid. Lazy fucks. Family show, guys.
Yeah, family show, and definitely gonna get sponsored because we're totally nice and not offensive in any way.
And it was, oh yeah, I forgot when I heard that part of the in Spider-Man, when I heard that, this is what I said. It's like this. Well, you can watch this with your family, but I wouldn't recommend it.
That's another one.
Like, you can watch it with your family, but just don't. It's not like good for your health.
That's a lot of the things on the internet these days. Like, you can watch it with your family, but I would suggest you don't.
And don't watch the others. And if you watch the other part of the internet with your family, what the fuck is wrong with you, boy?
I love how it's always just boy or he over here. You got anything else for us there, buddy?
guy.
Good job.
Sexism, guys. Oh God, I'm just saying that this show is too offensive. Like, we get a sponsorship.
You're the one who makes it that way. I don't say anything. You just go flat into it. I'm like, okay. I can't stop you here. We're live. I can't just say no.
I mean, you can say no.
Well,
The question is,
but it's already too late.
Yeah, but here's the thing with both of us. Really, like, we don't care. Offensive humor is fun, but it's only humor. Like, we don't mean anything. Like, I respect both sides, and also, I don't really care.
Here's a good way to show that we like offensiveness. Anybody from the Misfits crew, all good. And then, of course, the one that I would say kind of escalates it, but hey, I'm all good still. Brendan Rogers. There you go. There's a couple of name drops.
And I had one name drop in that. Lewis Spears.
I don't know who that is.
He's an Australian comedian. He would
I still don't know who that is. You gotta say more than just profession or what they do.
Yeah, that's all he is. He's also a YouTuber.
Yes, seriously, you can just be like, "Oh, hey, there's this one guy." It's like, oh, "Okay, who is he?" He's a streamer. Oh, cool, because that totally narrows it down. Who the fuck is it?
He's an Australian comedian. But that should I tell you that his name is Lewis Spears.
Joke? I don't know.
I don't know his joke. He does a lot of jokes.
Then say one. Does one come off the top of your head?
No, because he's, I'm a mindful guy. I remember all the terrible stuff, but I've never seen a show by him because his shows has not been on there. Because it's a YouTuber that does offensive humor. He did a joke about a Universal accident that happened a few years ago. I don't remember exactly the joke, but it was something about it. I will send you a link to the video. I don't remember everything. Like, I watched the video a long time ago. I used to actually watch his show. That is only mostly in Australia. So, okay, we're 43 minutes into this, 44 minutes into the stream.
Yeah, but you kind of took off like crazily. I didn't even say any of what I was going to go for.
Yeah, so now...
It doesn't matter.
What do you want to talk about? Penguins?
Penguins are dying.
I think we all are dying. I think it's called Earth. We're dying.
I mean, it's not wrong. And there's a good segue for the thing that he can't help but keep promoting every 5 minutes, which is actually a good thing to promote, but still. It's every 5 minutes, man.
Who promotes every 5 minutes?
I gave you a perfect segue, and you didn't take it.
I forgot. I didn't listen. I'm too busy. Trees. Oh, trees.
I gave you the perfect segue to go into this, and I'm like, how did you not take it?
Trees. Yeah, we could do that because we haven't actually talked about that. He doesn't have any link to it or code or anything, or not code, commands to it because he's a piece of bleep and not.
No, it's just I don't use it.
Yeah, because he's lazy. I put in effort and time to save the trees. He didn't. But there is a link. There is not a link, command that gives a link.
I have money, I donate it.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. If you do exclamation mark team 3 on my stream, you will get the link to the Team 3's website that would give you the chance to donate $1 for one tree. You can donate more if you want to, but that's what the thing is. And they are trying to get up to 20 million trees. I don't know if they're gonna continue if they reach that goal before January the 1st. They probably will, because if I know Mr. Beast correctly, he probably will be like, let's just continue until the year is ended. But yeah, they're at 14.5 million at the moment. Last I checked, that was like an hour ago.
Your link is gone, so I can't do anything about that.
Is my link on? Are you gonna cry?
No, I was just gonna go instead of my stream, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, so now that we're done kind of promoting a charitable deal, which is always great.
This is a terrible deal.
Here's something that you know how basically the whole idea of like saving Earth is don't be burning stuff and don't put out these like greenhouse gases, all this other stuff. Like don't be doing all that crap. There's gonna be a lot coming from this trash. Just a lot.
Yeah.
How it always works.
I think we are like, here, we're gonna promote this thing about saving Earth, but now we're gonna destroy it too, but don't worry about that part, okay? Think about the positive side.
Just the part. Forget the fact that we're now just backing a giant garbage truck into the scene.
It's like
dumping huge bags to where it creates its own landfill.
It's like when you see this beautiful scenery, like, oh, look at all these beautiful trees. Flies up in the sky.
Whatever the name of that song is, the one that it's like, you know, the peaceful music. I don't know what the name of it is, but the something. Just that peaceful music. You can kind of get it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know the name of it. The point is that just playing. You know, you just have like all the birds chirping. There's freaking butterflies over there and trash.
Well, you have like, you know how those modes that does like, oh, look at this beautiful forest, flies up in the sky, beyond like 100 meters away into the forest, like
airstrike, except instead of a missile, it's trash.
Yeah, like that's basically our deal. Like, oh look, you should do this. That's good, but no, let's do the bad thing.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, our hot topic of today's taking out the trash session is brought to you by YouTube. You sons of bitches.
Oh, we're back on YouTube again.
Yeah, because I didn't get to say any of this stuff before.
Yeah, I think we got off, but that's good because YouTube is one of our favorite topics.
Yeah,
it's our most hated topics.
It's our most infamous topic.
It's a topic.
It is the infamous ones. Let's go over a few things here. So first of all, something that I find is actually a plus. What do you know? They've actually done one thing good in my mind. In your mind, I don't think you care. Me, I do care. They changed up the UI again, but this is one that I'm perfectly okay with because now you can add to queue, which basically, if you don't know what that means, if you ever had tried to watch YouTube on a console or something like that, basically you would always have it to where you could create a queue and then just like, you know, binge a few videos that you've already selected or whatever in the middle of watching something, be on the phone, cast over into the queue. There you go. Point being, they now have a queue system on the normal website. That's nice. I like that. I don't care much about thumbnails. That's cool too. I mean, it is nice.
It's cool.
There's a bunch of other deals, but also when I can flood it with news section, this section, music, anime, because for some reason we caught you watching that one anime video, so therefore we're gonna recommend 6
Yes,
others.
same. I fucking got like,
crap.
like I've got to like. I think I watched like. I think it's because I watched the abridged with you. I have got like, oh, this is the old stuff. Like, I don't really fucking care. Like, seriously, I don't care.
The mobile app still does this. I watched one thing on an anime. Like, I don't really know which one it was, but I just know it was one video on it because it was just talking about one of them. Like, oh, this could be probably interesting to watch down the line. Look at it. I'm like, okay, cool. Close it. Refresh my YouTube because I've already looked at whatever the hell else was there. Filled with anime crap. Like, why? It's only on my phone. It won't show any of that stuff on the computer version. On my phone, it's all just full on anime. Like, okay, if someone opens this, they're gonna have a lot of questions.
What's wrong with you, man? What are you, a weeb?
A weeb and otaku.
Fun fact is,
Okay.
People that doesn't know the difference is otaku is like you actually is for the whole culture about Japan, not only the anime culture but everything. Weeb is more the anime culture. If I have understood it correctly.
Yep. Now I've got. So here's why I say, oh hey, they did good. They finally did a good option. Because I even told this in our SFC group. I literally said, wow, YouTube finally did something good for a change, which was the queue system. I thought that was a good inclusion. They added a feature that people could actually care about. Some people don't care because they never used it anyway, and they'll continue not to. That's fine. But for those who would actually like it, we now have it. Cool. That's a good feature. Now we're getting into the shit nobody gives a crap about, and why the hell, YouTube? What's wrong with you? So here's one. I want to just read this tweet. In a few weeks, 1% of creators already using YouTube Studio will no longer see back to classic button. Excuse me?
Why not?
You want to explain that one there? Because apparently, it says this won't apply to everyone else until early next year. Point overall is saying the new creator studio they made. So if anyone here makes videos on YouTube or whatever on YouTube, you'll know that there's the studio. There's two of them. There's the classic one that we've had for a while now, which has worked perfectly fine for us, and there's still tools on there that people use. Then we have the new studio, which is broken as hell, doesn't always work because it's broken as hell, and it does not have all the features. A lot of features aren't even implemented yet, and for some stupid reason, YouTube just jumps in like, oh hey, new feature added to it. It's like, what about this one feature that still hasn't been added? We're working on it. Like, fucking. So you're not gonna work on that, but now you take away the button.
I have already.
Features.
One of the main issues I have is the video section that I mostly use is to go check, like, if I have an upload, if I have a lot of uploads, I want to be able to check what's the next date. But the problem is, it can be that you upload a video that is back on the old one. You could easily go through that. On the new one, it's like the ones that uploaded goes above the ones that is still scheduled. So you have, and it's like fucked up or some way. And it's like, why? I want to just check which one is next. And sometimes it's like mismatched. Like, even if you upload, we say, Death Stranding before I upload like a Spider-Man video, the Death Stranding video can go over the Spider-Man video, even though it's uploaded after or before the Spider-Man video. And I'm like, but why? It's not like, why?
Just Ryan Reynolds gif. But why? Seriously. And then you have all the rest of the stuff that's going on there. I mean, along with the schedule bits where it's like, oh, hey, these are scheduled. And then once they finally get published, they stay in the exact same spot on that studio when they're new on the other stuff. It's like, I had to keep scrolling down to this point when technically they've just been published now. But okay. And then there's also, they separate the live and video section. In a way, I get that. In another way, why? Why would you do that? Because, especially for me, I mostly live stream these days instead of making a video because it's just easier that way. But you're separating all my stuff, and it's very confusing. It's not really that it's confusing, it's just that it's annoying to deal with. Never get it.
I never got it.
When a freaking copyright claim pops in, it's like, oh no, you can't download your video now because it's copyright claim. Like, but it was mine.
I got muted. I got a muted audio today, or yeah.
I get that a lot on Twitch.
Yeah. It was on the Death Stranding video also of everything, like.
Well, that makes sense.
No, I have gotten a few of those, like, but it have been like a few hours after stream. This was like instant, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I go back to the other one. It's still unmute. It's still functional. And I'm like, why this one? Why not the first one? Oh.
For another lovely YouTube deal, which not a lot of people know about. I've actually looked around, and not a lot of people know about this. There is apparently some new thing, which is probably going to be, not going to happen because of how many people don't want it to happen, but we're having another apocalypse, people. It's not an apocalypse. It's something else. It is what is known as the cop apocalypse. Yes, that sounds weird, but
What
it's
is that?
COPPA. It's like a, I forgot what it. Hold on, let me look up the definition of the COPPA because I don't remember the anagram name, what it means. So let me look that up real quick, and then I'll quickly explain what this is all about. Children's Online Privacy Protection Rule.
Oh yeah, that's just bullshit. That rule is so fucking bullshit.
If you're talking about the new one, yeah. So here's a new thing that they're wanting to get started. The FTC, Federal Trade Commission, I think that's what their thing is.
Yeah.
Government program over here, FTC, is wanting to get is wanting to basically amp up the whole COPPA routine. Because before, the whole idea was not to endanger children in any way or something like that, like in a video or whatever. Like, so it's not threatening to a child at all. That okay? That doesn't make sense. Don't do that. That's stupid. But now we have this other thing they're wanting to do, which is basically make it to where if your video, if you're basically a content creator that is more family friendly or not, so don't really have to worry about that. But or if basically you made a video that could actually adhere perfectly to a child, but you don't set it that way, it's a thing. So basically their ruling is you will probably have a checkbox in your creator studio at some point, which hopefully this doesn't happen because a lot of people are saying no to it. But they'll put in a checkbox where you have to check every video on your own. There is no automatic set for it. YouTube probably says they may make an automatic deal for it, but for now, it would be manual. Go through all of your videos and check whatever is family friendly. And whatever you don't set, and whatever the FTC determines is actually family friendly, they will fine you $42,000.
And then I'm gonna say that I can just point them to my, I think it says still in my description on my channel, not family friendly. Like, it's not a family.
Everything on mine says mature. The only thing that doesn't is YouTube because it doesn't have a setting for it. The only thing it does is age restriction, and that ruins the algorithm because then your video won't show up properly. Even for people who are like 24 or freaking 40s, it won't show up properly because the age restriction lowers the discoverability of your video. You can't use that.
I'm gonna see if I can go to my description on YouTube really quick and see if I have still the information about me being not a child-friendly channel. In no way, shape, or form.
All my stuff does say mature. Like all my stuff says like mature, 17 and up, because they don't say anything lower. But basically, just basically 17 and up in a sense, because that is how it is.
So your channel is not A. It's so your channel is an M.
Something completely wrong. If it was an A, then I don't think I'd be allowed on YouTube. For various reasons.
About. Hi, my name is Alex and I'm a proud bisexual male that streams story games and first look name on here, blah blah blah. Family. Nope, I haven't taken that out of here.
Hold on a second. Take a drink.
Wow, I like how I have my name and I'm a proud bisexual. That's so fucking perfect.
You do that all the time in like every description. That is your intro phase.
Yeah, mostly because that's like show like I'm proud about who I am, and if you wanna fuck with me, come at me, bro.
I mean, here's the thing. Also, a lot of people will do it in a sense. I guess it kind of makes sense because in a lot of cases, people put in their bio, they'll say, you know, what they are, or they'll put in like the actual pronouns. So you know, do like the what is it? He, him, she, her, or whatever else they would use, and go from there. And like, okay, but I guess that works there. At least it can't be as bad as the people who actually constantly say it every time in the thing. Like, no, don't. You just shut up. Anyway.
Yeah.
My point is the people who just blatantly keep saying it over and over again in their posts when it's like, it's in your bio, we get it. We notice it. Now, back to our point. Cop Apocalypse. Still sounds weird when I say that, but that is what it's called. So
the Cop Apocalypse. It sounds like the Copas from like fucking Mario. It's like the Copas from Mario's trying to take over the world.
King Kappa. Or King Kappa at this, right? But anyway. So point overall is that what the FCC is trying to do is they apparently are trying to make something that would harm them less, because their thought is that the way advertisements work is that there are normal advertisements and then there are interest-based advertisements. What interest-based means, obviously, is if you're browsing the internet and say you, I don't know, go to Amazon and look at this item that you want, or just like look around at it, that will go into that'll basically go into the ad system, and you'll start seeing that on websites now, that product, because you looked at it somewhere else. Those ads will pop up because it's interest. It's your interest, so it's just trying to lead you to it. I mean, of course, some of those are actually adware, and you shouldn't click on those, but others are legitimate. Point being, it'll do that for you.
Yeah.
You'll look for discounts in the ads, whatever, all that stuff. Problem is,
I'm lucky that I use incognito mode on some stuff.
I just use uBlock Origin. I say screw you guys, no ads.
Yeah, I'm not talking about ads. I'm just talking about in general, like, because uBlock doesn't block what your IRS says anyway. So not IRS, IPS. I'm.
What about the IP?
Not the IP. What is it called? ISP.
VPN.
What VPN?
ISP. What about the ISP?
Those can say anything you do, no matter what, unless you're like.
No, but the uBlock is just for blocking ads. That's all it does.
Yeah.
I'm saying. But anyway, what I'm saying here is that what the FTC thinks is that interest-based ads are bad and harmful for children. So what that checkbox is that I mentioned before is that when you check it, it will turn off interest-based ads for that video.
That can even be worse.
Yeah, it makes it a lot worse, by the way, because there have been many tests done to where, and these are actual statistics that I remember from reading an article, a few articles actually, of how this works, is that when you turn interest-based ads off of a YouTube channel for someone who, say, makes $100 off that video, they will then get from, what is it? I think it was 10 to 90% off revenue they'll lose.
I think someone mentioned 60 by 90%. 60 to 90.
But basically, it's a very huge percentage taken off.
Yeah.
So they'll get from, like, let's say 100 down to like $10 for that video.
10 to $40, like that's what you lose more than you gain.
I mean, no, that's how much you just get. Like, you get 10 or whatever, like 10, say, to 40 only for that video.
Yeah.
When you're supposed to get like 100. So you just lost a lot of money because FTC's like, no, screw you. Children can't have that stuff. Like, they can. And for the record, children, get off YouTube. You have a YouTube Kids.
And that is what I want to talk about. YouTube Kids. It exists. YouTube mentions it.
It exists. They make a platform for you. And
yeah.
If you're going to be sitting there like, oh, but that's like for 3-year-olds. No, they make it all the way for 13. Or
yeah, because you need to be... Yeah, on YouTube, you must be 13 and up to have an account. It doesn't matter where...
You can have a child account, but that only works on YouTube Kids. But it's the point to say that you need to go to YouTube Kids, and guess what? If you're, say, I don't know, 9 or 10 or something, and you like gaming videos, there's a lot of gaming videos on YouTube Kids for, family-friendly creators and stuff.
Yeah.
They're on YouTube Kids. You can go watch that. It's still there.
I get the idea that FTC, but the input idea is like, yeah, it's a good thing, but there is an option that they can use, and that's not YouTube's fault. That's the thing. They blame YouTube for who's watching. That's not their fault. It's the kid's fault, or rather, the parents' fault.
The parents' fault, really, because they need to be monitoring anyway. It's the job to monitor what your kids are doing. Not all the time. You don't be a freaking, don't shelter them to death, because that's not gonna help you in any way. But make sure that they're not doing stupid stuff, like going on to normal YouTube and watching, say, us freaking sit here and swear all day, because that's not what we're here for. We're not here to entertain kids. We're here to entertain the unmature adults, because half the time they're not mature anyway, or whatever. We don't care about your immature kids. We're entertaining immature adults, because that's how it works.
Yeah. And if you're a kid watching this, what the fuck are you doing? Why? Why are you watching this? No.
I've had kids
Go do your homework.
I'll say this. I'll say this when it comes down to it. I used to be okay with the whole kid-friendly thing, and I would try to be, but that was before, I was actually much younger when I actually started this, because again, this is like my 5th.
No, I think we talked about this. I think we talked about this on Destiny. Or was it last last podcast?
It was like 2 streams ago, but 2 Destiny streams. But basically, I'm saying that I've been on Destiny. I've been on YouTube for a while. Thanks for choking my words. I've been on YouTube for a while. So at the beginning, I was trying to be more kid-friendly, but mainly because a lot of people in my family actually watch what I was doing. And of course, I can't just sit here and start swearing like crazy, because then they'll freaking get pissed off. And now they can't say a thing about it, because hello, they have no judgment. They can't do anything about it. And they can do whatever the hell I want to. And right now, I'm saying nothing will work out.
Stop swearing, boy!
It came down to it. People would actually start watching, kids would start watching the channel and everything. Went, well, I can't really do anything funny because all my jokes revolve around adult humor or whatever, so it doesn't really work.
Offensive and offensive and humor that's not meant for kids under
Humor that's not really meant for kids.
Yeah.
And I mean, kind they put in Disney movies or something where it can be for kids and adults, where they both get a laugh because they both think in 2 different ways. But,
and that's the best kind of jokes.
That is the one thing I find funny, is when you watch something as a kid and you're like, oh, this is great and all, and then you watch it as an adult and you're like, that's
funny. You could watch a show, they could say one thing oh, that's cool, that's cute, and everybody on the other is like, ha, that's cute, but in a different way.
Yeah, then you have what was it? I'm trying to think. I don't freaking remember, but all I'm saying is there's just a lot of people that do that. But overall, it's the point that I don't know what the hell the FTC is thinking when it comes down to all this, because what government program thinks straight? What part of any government thinks straight? Hell, we have freaking FTC is mainly doing all this stuff over here, and in other places trying to enforce this COPPA deal. And then we also had Article 13 over in Europe. That didn't help either. What are we doing?
Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Are you a boy or a girl?
Part of that Technicolor dreamscape in between.
That you're gonna have that's gonna be if anyone got into the Pokemon world and you had that SUV or anything being the Pokemon world, it would be like a fucking. They would be like, hey, what did you just say to this new person that just moved here? Did you ask if they're a boy or a girl? How dare you? I need
time, Professor.
1996, Pokemon comes out. Are you a boy or a girl? 2019. What the fuck did you just ask? Sir, what did you ask this innocent creature?
Person of unidentified gender or whatever, because they haven't told me yet.
What did you ask it? What did you ask this creature?
This creature? Wow, that sounds way worse than
it's a kid. I don't really fucking care. Another thing. Welcome to Pokemon. You're 10-year-old. Do you want that fucking dangerous pet? It can kill you. Oh, also, do you see that evil organization over there that's robbing Pokemon?
Across the world by yourself, fighting with dangerous animals that can shoot laser beams and create fire tornadoes and all this other crap.
And then you have that fucking team that tries to rob you. You know those that the cop doesn't really care about? Those types? Yeah. stay away from them. They are not good for you. And if they come close to them, just battle them. They will run away then. By some reason. Like, you know how they like solve issues in Pokemon? It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, oh my god, I'm gonna steal your Pokemon. Let's battle! Like, it's a kid on 10 years old.
See, this is one thing. I'll also do another name drop. Dorkly made the best scenario with this, where it's just like, oh, we are Team Rocket. We will, we will steal this person's Pokemon by battling. They lose. Then there's this game that comes along, just like, what are you trying to do? It's like, trying to, rob, steal this kid's Pokemon and everything. Like, but why didn't you just take it? It was just sitting right there. It's like, well, we had the battle and everything, right? Like, no. It's like, you could have also used this gun. Just like pulls out a gun. You could use this and threaten the kid with.
No, actually, because it's a family-friendly show. Even though
they don't care.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like
here's what I say: family-friendly is not a thing. Go search up Mario Goes Berserk.
Also, like if you use like the same thing, like I'm gonna steal all your cars, but let's battle. Like,
it's like okay. And then 20 minutes into the battle, because for some it takes 20 minutes to duel between two people.
No, it takes an hour to battle because they're gonna be like sitting talking half of the battle for no reason, and they have put out like one card each and be like, I'm gonna do this to you, like.
And it's just like, oh, and I didn't tell you, but when you lose this, I'm gonna send you to the Shadow Realm. Like, what? What is this random realm you speak of that you clearly made up for plot convenience? And somehow the writers are okay with this. And then here comes 4Kids with finger guns and lollipop cigarettes. And whatever the hell else they did.
I mean, didn't they remove the suicide scene? Or the one where Kaiba takes suicide? Or was like, I'm gonna kill myself if I lose. Like, bitch, you're a fucking coward.
In general, so probably so.
Yeah, but so he was battling Yugi in the Kingdom first season. So he's like battling Yugi. Then he's on the way to lose to a Kuriboh with 200 defense points, and it's a fucking meal shield. And he's like, if I lose, I'm gonna kill myself. And Yugi is like, so you have the Pharaoh, he's like, attack the blue eyes. And Yugi is like, no! I'm like, why? Very forward. If he kills himself, that's his own problem. I don't fucking care.
Second of all, this was advertised as a children's card game. You want to go this direction? Okay. Honestly, I think it's probably fine that 4Kids did take that out, because that's one of the things that probably shouldn't be taken out.
Yeah, it's not like that's the thing. Also, it's like it's a it's a shitty card game, and then they are like, "We're gonna send it to a Shadow Realm." Like, what the fuck?
That is basically just the child-friendly way to say, I'm gonna send you to this realm that's likely gonna kill you. This is our way to kill you off the cast, send you to another realm.
Actually, that realm doesn't necessarily kill you. It's just like a fucking, really fucking dark area. And then people are like, oh, this place, okay, just don't die.
I'm in a dark area, alone. Cool story, bro.
Like, oh, cool, you're gonna set me somewhere? But let me just draw this card. Just let me draw this card. Oh, look, I won! Because I drew this specific card that makes me win.
Huh, you're gonna send me to this different area, huh? Let me just pack my bags. At least go into a very dark vacation. It's very bright here. It'd be nice to go into a dark area for once. Go for it. Seriously, I mean, honestly, I'll say it this much. It would still take quite a bit of it, but the way abridged writing is lately, how it is like, I don't think we could ever hold a candle to. But I honestly think that we could definitely pull something out just to make it different. It's more of a making fun of rather than an abridge. Because then again, abridge is just a shortening of. But nowadays, it's like obviously making fun of it. But not gonna hold a candle to, but still, I think we do a pretty good job making fun of him.
I mean,
Or, hey, maybe we could do the whatever in however many minutes.
Oh god. But and we don't forget all the talking in the duel. Don't forget that we needed talking and the backstage gamers. Like the three fucking people that doesn't do anything, but they're like, yeah, if you play this card.
I forget what one card does. Just like, I played this trap card. It's like oh, I fell for my trap cards. All that. It's just like I wonder what that does. It's like oh, it does this, this, and this. Next episode. I wonder what that trap card does. Like, I explained this to you last time, but just for the people who, for some reason, now joining this episode, because for some reason you want to watch the episodes mid-go, not right from the beginning, I'm going to explain it to you. Exposition nonsense.
And then you have, and again, those are behind, like, if he does this, if he plays this way, he's going to win. Like, yeah. Cool. Can we watch the duel? I don't really care about you. You people don't know. I want to watch the actual, but he needs to play this. Like, sir, I don't care. Let me finish the battle.
It's like an anime trope, also. Like a big anime trope. Whenever there's some kind of competition involved, that is what happens. Is that it's always somebody in the background explaining what the hell is going on in that competition.
That's like the only thing that's good with Pokemon. There's not really someone telling you what to do. It's like straight on battles. And
okay, I'll admit this, that, I'm currently watching the latest, I would say, I guess it kind of is season in a way, of Food Wars, or as it's called, Japan, Shokugeki no Soma, whatever point is. That whole thing is it's food competitions, as Food Wars. So it's a competition of people making food and all that other crap. And yes, it's not for the light of heart. Is when they do that, and there's always some guy in the back like, "Oh, he added this ingredient and that ingredient. Oh my god, he did this to make it taste better." Like, okay, I just saw him put all that in the pan. Do you have to explain it off screen?
If he does it this way, he's gonna win. Like
in some cases, when you don't see that and they explain, it's like, okay, you know what? That makes sense. You're explaining for exposition's sake, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
The other guy, shut up. I know what he did. We just had a whole scene not even 10 minutes ago about him going to the store to pick up these items.
You have that one guy that tells everything that's happening, and then you have the one guy that's telling you how they should do it. Like, he should do it this way, and this way, and he wins. Like, okay. By the way, he played this thing. He did this thing. Like, I just saw it. Do you have to tell me once again that he did it? You sure you're done?
Also, the fun fact about this show, and the fact, it is an ecchi. And by the way of what that basically means is every time, for some reason, when people bite into a piece of food, their clothes explode. They just explode off the furs, like, okay.
Oh, God.
Doesn't show anything. Really.
Okay, I think we need to get off this topic because about making.
I'm just saying, look, it's fine if you explain what it's about. Point being.
And now okay. That's wrong. But now it feels wrong to say that. But we are getting into a territory that is not our type, and it's a territory that I'm used to.
We're really getting into. It's not really that we're getting into the topic of. It's just.
Yes. Remember, it's us. We if we talk about something.
I wasn't though. I was just mentioning what the show was.
Mentioning. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. We mention stuff, and what happens when we mention stuff? We get into it, and then we are branching up into it.
If you were going to get into it, I was immediately going to tell you, shut up.
But I don't want.
So, I don't have much of trash. There might still be some over there in the truck bed, but I don't really know as of yet because.
No, so I think we're gonna go into a topic that Nex doesn't know anything about. Because, one, he doesn't know anything about it. Because, two, freaks.
Let me check around. Hold on a minute. There's trends I can look around at. Okay, for some reason there was a rematch between KSI and Logan Paul. Who the hell gets
did you miss that one?
It's trending right now, okay? I don't look.
Nor do I. Here's the thing. I don't care.
I literally have those.
I don't care. And I don't care. That's my free reasoning to I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Phrases on Twitter for me. What would you think?
But yeah, let's go into a topic that Nexus doesn't know anything about, because that's a fun topic. And it's a review mostly, but it's also a topic because it's a fun thing, and we talked about this earlier.
Go for it.
So basically, as we talked about earlier, Death Stranding came out 2 days ago at 12 a.m. 8th of November. So I pre-ordered it, I think July or June or July. I pre-ordered the game, and one thing I'm gonna mention is I got a steel case for that, because I got a steel book. I don't get why it's called a book, because it's not a fucking book, it's a fucking case. You put a disc in it, then it's a case.
Oh.
It's not a book.
Okay. This is still on topic because it's about Death Stranding, but I just remember my other trash. I just found in the back because it's still about Death Stranding.
Oh.
This is more so about a company that decided to do this type of thing. So everybody know the company Best Buy. Everybody know those guys. They're not very good at delivering. And I'm not saying for my sake. I'm saying for somebody else's sake. I forgot what the name is, but if somebody would tell me later, that's fine. Or I can look it up later and I'll just mention it. Point being, this person decided to pre-order Death Stranding off of Best Buy and it would be delivered. Well, their package came in. And you know what the package was? It was literally the case with a sticker on it. No box, no cardboard box, no cushion, none of that. Just the whatever you just said, the freaking book. Basically that and a sticker on it. That was it.
We actually have a second thing to trash about Death Stranding topic.
Hold on, still going. So the thing that happened is that when they received that, pretty sure it had some defects on it because, again, literally that's all they did. And also, the sticker where it basically covers up so was cut open, and then someone else put other tape back on it. And you know why that sticker thing was cut open? Because everything on the inside was taken. Yeah.
Yeah. But we had a second thing
to delivered.
Yeah, what?
Hold on. You know who delivered that? UPS. Oh boy. If nobody knows, I used to work for UPS. I know.
You're lagging out. I'm being myself because I'm trying to get into Discord because I'm trying to get a picture of my steel case, but I'm gonna send you the picture because so I can.
I know what it.
Yes, I know how it looks, but I want to download it on my PlayStation and show it to the stream for those who have not actually seen the thing. I need to download it to my own thing, so I'm using your account because I don't know where the latest one is. But the second thing we should talk about Death Stranding that also happened was like that you mentioned a few days ago is the PC version, like people YouTube or
actually, no, we mentioned
you mentioned it, but I don't think we talked about it.
If you're talking about the cancel pre-orders, we have talked about.
Did we? Well, we could talk about it again for those that didn't watch that episode because apparently some people actually doesn't do that. Like I don't know why. Yeah. Why don't you open my link? I want you to open a link. Open link.
You were liking out on a lot, just trying to.
And you're lagging out again. Wait. Calm down.
Because you posted like.
Fuck! I can't even. I can't do anything. Sorry, I can't show you the case because apparently my stuff is stupid. Actually, I can show you the.
Well, again, you posted 6 different places.
Yeah. I mean, I can show you really quick. I don't think. Okay, it doesn't show that much of what is on his stream. So I'm gonna actually really quick show you because I'm on Discord. So I'm gonna show you Discord. I'm really quick gonna close down this one, and I think no, closing down zone takes too fucking long time sometimes on this one. So I'm gonna use. I'm lagging out, guys. I'm lagging out. Let's just That should show my whole screen. I don't know if it does that.
And he could just cut me off right whenever it actually catches up. That could be literally right now. But for some reason, it's flagging out like crazy.
Okay, so for... Oh, fuck, that's not good.
Come on.
Okay, so now, at the moment I'm showing the picture of my... This is the picture, this is the still case I got. I'm showing you through the what I sent you. The only thing they see is the picture of the game and the stuff that have. I don't fucking remember what it's called. And thumbnail is gonna be used. They know how the thumbnail is gonna look like on YouTube. And now we should be back. I should be able to. People that doesn't know, I have a cat in my left bottom corner. For those who doesn't have noticed it, if you're not noticing my cat, that's sad. Cat. How dare you not notice my little innocent kitty cat?
There's the picture for everybody on my side.
I
want to get rid of that now, but that is what it is.
Yeah, it's a really. I like the drawing or the picture of Norman Reedus. Norman's a good guy.
What was the? Oh no, we talked about that. We're trying to circle around to something, but
we were going to talk about Death Stranding.
Well, yeah, you were going to talk about. Hold on, I wasn't done with the delivery story thing because it was rather dumb. I haven't mentioned it before, but all I'm going to say really quickly is the fact that if anybody out there trying to deliver something or is getting something delivered and you have the choice, just don't pick UPS. Why I say it? Well, okay. If you have Amazon Prime, you don't have a choice because that's all it goes through. But, oh boy, they're such terrible people. Because when it comes down to it, they don't care about your packages. They will squish it. They will throw it across a truck trailer. They will use it as a stackable box. And, oh, by the way, if that box says fragile, so if you buy, like, say, a lamp or something, or something has glass in it, they don't care. They'll throw it. They'll just, like, toss it across the room. How I know this? Because I was a part of that deal. I didn't like doing it, but hell, I had to. So good for me.
Well.
So basically, yeah, if you're going to be ordering something, just don't go that way.
First of all, if you're pre-ordering something, go to the store itself to get it out right from the store.
Or pre-order a digital version, so you don't have to get it really crap.
Yeah, if you're not like me that wants collection stuff, like I'm gonna get Final Fantasy 7.
By the way, don't send me out of this. I like collection stuff too. I'm just saying that a lot of stuff, meh.
Like, yeah, but
I didn't really see much when it came down to the Death Stranding physical. Oh, get a steelbook.
It's not only that. I got pins also actually that I don't know where they are laying, but hey, I don't really care. But I was actually after the steelbook because I know when you have steelbooks, I have 2 of them. I have one of Pokemon Ultra. I didn't get that one. I got a steelbook for Pokemon Ultra Moon.
I got a steelbook for well, it's not really a steelbook. I guess it kind of is. I guess technically I have 2 then, because I have the one for Halo 5, but I also have the one for Reach. But I have the legendary crate for that, and that has the statue in it. I'm not allowed to take out the statue and assemble it. Why? Because apparently it's better worth if you don't touch it. Like, yeah, sure, but I'm not ever going to sell it. Why do I ever... That's another thing. What do people think? When you buy something that is collector's, you can't touch a dang thing about it because it will be worth more later. Sometimes I get that when you're wanting to actually preserve mint stuff. But then you have the other stuff where you want it for yourself. You don't care about any other people getting it later. You want it for yourself.
Oh.
So why care about worth?
Fun thing about my Pokemon one is that I got that when I bought the game. Not pre-ordering it, I just got it because buying the game.
I've had that one time where it basically was like the day after the game came out, and like I just got the game.
I think it was like 1 or 2 weeks after.
Anyway.
Like
they gave
1
me
or 2
bonus, or they gave me some little bit better. Like, oh.
I think it's probably because it's one of those pre-order bonus like that didn't get because some companies like game
leftover and just like meh.
like GameStop, they hold the games for 48 hours after it came out. If you not pick it up, they probably will sell it as a regular game. And that's like, and you can't.
What's worse about that is the fact that they'll hold it, and if you paid for it, if you fully paid it off, because a lot of places, you'll actually do the pre-order and you don't pay it till the day of. In a way, GameStop is just the layaway thing. You can pay the full-on price right away, or in the months between. You can pay like $5 each time or whatever. You can do whatever the hell you want. But
Yeah.
Point being, if you just paid full price for your pre-order and you're just waiting to get it, well, sucks for you because
that's
got sold.
Kind of that's also the thing. Like, if you don't go get it, that's on your own. For like, if you pre-order stuff, remember, don't be full scheduled that day if you know a game is coming out. The other thing,
times you can't really help it.
Yeah, I mean, GameStop were one of the GameStops closed in town, but one down in the city. That we call it the city because like in the middle of the city, of the city, it's called City basically. The GameStop they're closed, but every time a game was released, it was new that I had pre-ordered. They called me the day before and was like, "Hey, this game is coming out tomorrow." And
get to Texas.
I didn't get. They actually called and was like, "Hey, this."
That's the thing. Around here, people actually read. Okay, not really around here. When it comes to me and everything else, we read text because it's not freaking hard to look at your phone for 2 seconds to see, oh, hey, something texted me. Oh, cool. And then a lot of other people are like, oh, but I never read text. Like, I never actually see those. Like,
the fuck?
How? How do you not?
I respect that they call actually. Like, that's a good way. Either call or text. Like, I don't really care which way. Like, I don't care which way, but as long as I get a text or a call, I'm fine. Like,
that's fine and all, but at the same time, I don't like it when people call me because I don't like calls. They're entirely ridiculous, and I don't get it.
Stop being such an introvert.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't like it when people call, and I don't like having to take calls. Yes, I know it's called being an adult, but I just don't. Okay, it's not fun.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Like, I hate
it's not fun
being.
At all when it comes down to it.
But back to what we was gonna talk about, because now we're going to
just
continue
with your Death Stranding. Just here's the deal: do not spoil.
I'm not gonna spoil except the one part that from the thumbnail on the stream from my stream, and like this, like the first 2 seconds, like the stream, the video thumbnail about the death stuff, in the game. Or the buyer, YouTube, My Little Pony.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm saying who made.
Who made what? What?
You were saying like who made like the stream or whatever about.
I made the stream. You know the stream I did. Okay, like the thumbnail for my video that came out yesterday.
Okay, then talk about your thumbnail.
Because that's the thumbnail for the first video on YouTube from Death Stranding is a death. Like I died because I died like this, like a cliff. And I was trying to look for where I need to go. I'm serious. I was trying to figure out where to go. I see a cliff, look at that, and I like, one of those moments where you contain your hold the stick instead of releasing it. It was one of those. Like, you should stop, but it's like, nope. And then I fell down and died, and I'm like,
head first.
Not head first, it was legs first, then like rolling down, breaking every bone basically.
You get the point.
Yeah. And then when you died, it was like a really interesting way. Like, normal when you die, you just press continue or load game. It was like, you had to fucking find your body. Like, you had to find where you died.
A lot of games do that.
It was fucking weird.
Well, if you have to find your body and stuff again, a lot of games.
Yeah, but that's not the creepiest part. Is what happens after. I'm not gonna spoil it because that's so fucking creepy. But also, like,
well, see, the point of the game really was for people to actually die and then go around with it.
yeah, this
Because
thing.
honestly, I'm pretty sure you never expect anyone to go through without at least one death.
Yeah, I think you kind of die in the game once at least, or not die, but you like die.
Did die?
Yeah, I feel like that's like the thing, you like don't die but you died. Like I don't know if it died actually.
Yeah, scripted death.
It's not scripted death. Like here's the thing, like the
What do you mean you die? You die. That doesn't make any other sense.
I don't know. It's weird.
Either you die by you either die by your own hand or you die by the game's hand. The game's hand is scripted. Your hand is you just did something or you sucked
Yeah.
and you died.
Well, I have not died yet, except that one time because I was dumb. But here's the this is like the first like minute. I'm gonna spoil that because that's like interesting because our first minute is like a lot of fucking talk about this happened, like how the world ended basically. That's how they talk about because this is a post-apocalyptic game. Based, actually, for those that doesn't know this, Death Stranding is based around the event of Ceratician Stranding. For those that doesn't know, that is when whales and dolphins beaches, like they get stranded on a beach. That's what the game is based around. You can see that because like a lot of them, not in like a few cutscenes has that like showing whales a lot. I think that's somewhere. I think that's the premise. Is the Cretaceous death, stranding. I'm talking, okay, but also
stranding basically just mean you're stranded in death.
Yeah, but back to the first minute of the cinematic where you actually get to see Norman. Now Norman Reedus, aka Sam Porter, because that's what his character is named in this game. And for those that doesn't know this, they have a 3D modeling system in this game. So every character that you are meeting is meant to look as the voice actor that they are played by.
Yeah, that's face matching, buddy.
That's but it's
that is a lot.
Yeah, but it's more advanced this time. What I've understood is like
it's not really more advanced. Actually, I'm pretty sure the more advanced is them changing it rather than just having the same thing.
I mean, didn't you hear about
nearly 99% of game models these days came from a person's face, and they just messed with it.
Yeah,
they didn't full on create that. So,
but yeah, basically, so the first minute he comes in on a bike, like a really futuristic bike. I think it has 3 wheels. It does have 2. I don't know if it has 2 or 3 wheels.
Pretty sure it's 2.
No, I think it was 3 wheels because I think the back wheel was like 2 wheels. And the back side had 2 wheels.
That's how that works. 2 wheels on one. Point is, keep going.
Yeah, so, and basically, and again, first minute is like, you see him come in, like, really beautiful view. Then, like, a little bit later, like, you see, like, footprints in the ground. You see them being made also. But you don't see the creature itself. And that's what made me interested, because it was like...
Well, that was the E3 trailer.
Yeah. It was like, this is gonna be interesting. Invincible enemies. That's like, I kind of like the idea of having an invincible enemy. Like, invincible.
Invincible is can't die. Invisible is not seen.
Mi no habla inglés.
Clearly.
There's kind
of tell this is his second language.
Can you tell that? If I spoke Swedish, I would speak the same way. Do you speak any languages? Maybe. But yeah,
Maybe.
that's the
Wanna
thing.
find out?
The game itself is like, it's a beautiful game. Like, I like the
Say
style
that
of it.
what do you expect?
It's Kojima, what the fuck do you expect, man?
What do you expect? I mean, when it comes down to it, I'll say this. Honestly, I've never really been interested in much of his work. I mean, it's not that his games aren't interesting. It's just I never actually been that much into it. I mean,
The good
the
like
first Metal Gear that I actually got into was Phantom Pain, and I didn't really get into it that much because
it's slow.
I just didn't want to.
It's slow.
Yeah, it's got a slow point, and a lot of the stuff just never really caught my eye because, in a way, I don't know. I always thought the Metal Gear thing was more supposed to be. I thought it was supposed to be more of a realistic point. For some reason, I thought that because again, I never played the other one, so how would I know? But I thought it was trying to get more realistic into it, and then out of nowhere, we freaking have the freaking whatever they are, super fast zombie-like things. I don't know their name.
Yeah, those fucking phantom stuff. Those
Yeah,
are like the phantom
that stuff happens,
and you're like,
I'm just
what
like,
the fuck?
first I was like, okay. Second I was like, oh shit, because they're freaking storming after me. 3 I was like, that's not really okay. Kind of just drug my deal down.
I mean, it's like when you play like a superhero game. It's like, oh, I'm fighting this paper, and then it's like coming something super big and like really weird, and you're like, I'm fighting that thing. You know, I remember I have the oven on at home. Like, I forgot the oven on. Someone else take care of this.
I need to go back. I'm pretty sure D-Dog is somewhere in that kitchen. I should probably go back there.
Like, and
I'll say this. I mean, when it comes down to it, I do actually want to try to play all of them at some point. I mean, I have the second and third one is on Xbox like Game Pass, and I just go buy it and play it on there.
The only two I have played Snake Eater. That's the only. That was the one I played first.
I played the first like minute of Snake Eater, then I stopped because this was years ago, and at the time I just didn't really care. But
it's a good fucking game, though.
Well, that's why I said I probably would now. And I wanted to play the fourth one, but the problem is the fourth one is PS3 exclusive, and well, I don't have a PS3.
Ha, noob.
Why would I buy a PS3 other than just to get something like that? Anyway, there's that bit. And then the first one has like 6 different ports. It's got 3. But there's all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Point is, Kojima makes a lot of good stuff, and honestly, yes, I definitely still want to try out Death Stranding, but I don't think I'd buy it myself, mainly because I know my experience trying to play Phantom Pain, and eventually I just gave up on it because I didn't really care for it.
That was kind of funny when I checked, when I got the tags for it, was like stealth, and I'm like, that's interesting, actually, like, that's like one of the missions that actually like kind of stealth, but like, I gotta say the stealth system in this game is weird. Like, it's not like the little I did was like, it's super weird because of you meeting invincible enemies, and you and of course there I could see them, but like, it was super weird to fucking, because then it was like you ran into something and was like, what the fuck is happening? And I got confused. And of course, one of the issues with this game is like, it's slow running. Like, you're running really slow. Like, when you're walking, it's not that much faster running.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he's like fucking drunk or something. Because if you go on a rock, I'm not kidding. If you fucking walk on a rock, he fucking starts stumbling, and you're like, the fuck? Are you drunk? Did you take the...
If he's not drunk, I'm not playing.
Like,
I'm sure it's so drunk in PT, that's for damn sure.
Sir, did you drink again? Did you touch the whiskey? Did you touch the whiskey? I told you not to touch the whiskey. Did you touch the whiskey?
Voices over the radio. Are they telling you not to turn around? You're drunk. Now, the other bit I was going to say is that I've seen some gameplay because, you know, basically scroll through Twitter or something, and it just pops up like right then and there because
Yeah.
obviously Death Stranding just came out.
The only thing you should watch is the prologue. Actually, watch the prologue. That's not gonna spoil the whole game. It's gonna just
considering my deal. It's not that it's gonna spoil the whole game. I don't care for that. It's the point that I don't want a single bit of imagery spoiled. The way my head works is that once I see the first preview or trailer of something, I never want to see anything of it again until I get it myself.
Yeah.
No more trailers, no more gameplay videos, nothing. No interviews just talking about it. I don't want to look at it. I want my own experience because I want to care for myself and not be deranged by something else.
And
so I just do my own thing.
The one thing, here's the funny thing. The whole game is based on you're a delivery boy. Like that's the thing. You're a delivery boy. Welcome. You're a delivery boy.
There's a short video where there's like 20 stacks of boxes on this one guy, and he's just casually running around. I'm like, what the fuck? You're just gonna, okay. You know what? I'm not going to try to explain the physics of how there's that many boxes on you. You're running perfectly fine, and then you get on your motorcycle, you just drive off with that many boxes on your back. Like, okay. Oh, and by the way, the baby's crying. You might want to soothe that.
Yeah. That's the thing that helped me see, by the way, is the baby in the game. That's helping me to see the Invincible because of.
Yeah, I know, but
you see, that's the thing. Like it's so fucking weird to do that snake mission. That was one of the weirdest missions I did. Like the other one was like deliver this. Okay, simple. Then you get to like, oh hey, you have to escape from here, but there's a lot of stuff around you, so you need to sneak by. Oh, by the way, they're invincible because you like can't see them. Oh, what you're telling me is that I have to sneak by some invincible fuckers alone.
This was all prevalent in the first trailer for Death Stranding.
Yeah. So you basically like that's.
You knew about the invisible people from the beginning right away, just from seeing that, not from the game.
I didn't watch the trailers because I don't watch trailers.
Again, you should watch the first trailer of something and never watch again.
Nah.
How else do you get into something otherwise? Because
does it say Kojima? I definitely buy it. Like, oh, it's Kojima.
I'm pretty sure you just basically betrayed your own like opinion of trying not to buy into something that has too much hype. And in this case, this is something that has too much hype.
I didn't buy it for the hype. I bought it because of I know who made it, and I was like, I know this. He does good game, and I know because of he's not for a company anymore that can suppress him
like
for what.
I'm likely just going to try to play the game in some way. Like,
I mean, if you wanna,
somebody if I'm able to, or
if you don't feel like streaming it, we could do share play, you and me, if you ever wanna try the game.
I could, but no, I think share play only works on digital games still. I still don't think it works on physical.
No, I think it works on every game. Like, exactly works on every game because I know I have GTA. It works on GTA.
Actually, no, it does work on physical. But anyway.
Yeah, because it's like a local gameplay. That's the thing.
I know, but
actually, you could still stream it because of the.
I could, but I don't think it's gonna work in the first place because of input latency. But what I'm saying anyway is that I probably just check out anyway. It doesn't matter how much I would think the game would be nice. I'm just not gonna spend my money on.
Yeah.
And again, it's because I've had the experience with Phantom Pain to where people tell me, "Oh, it's good, it's great." It's like, "Oh, great story," all this other stuff. I'm like, I can't even get past like the 6th or 7th mission, and I'm like, to where I just don't give a crap anymore.
Like I played it when I was really bored. That's how much Phantom Pain I played. Like. I was really bored. I was like, oh, the story's kind of okay, but it's not like really worth playing this game. Like, it's too slow. Like,
really, the slowness was in the beginning because the entire prologue is just crawling.
I mean, I get when a game is like meant to be slow.
9 years, but Jesus, man, freaking walk.
But seriously, why should I walk? I eat snakes, man.
And then freaking snake just comes out the freaking door, like kept you waiting, huh? Jesus.
That's so fucking dumb. Like, I get the game is meant to be like a bit slower, a slow paced game, and I'm like, that I'm fine
The
with.
one thing that is like great when it comes down to it is like timing and pacing when it comes to like some game, movie, or TV show, whatever. It's just like there is a fine art of doing that, and a lot of stuff works great in its original way. But with this, I don't know. I don't really care too much. I want something that's gonna grab my attention, and really the game didn't. And honestly, I just don't want to spend money on something that will likely be something I just buy and then just don't play for the longest time ever.
That was
I'm not good
like,
with that.
I don't watch normally. Like, the one reason I don't watch trailers is because I don't want to get spoiled for the story because they have a tendency to destroy stories by doing that. That's
Well,
so
the first trailer
good.
usually does it because it's a teaser.
Yeah.
Also, Kojima has literally never spoiled their story, story like in his trailers. His whole point of it was that before the game released, you were not supposed to know a single thing of what the game was about. Of course, he had to say it at one point, but you were not supposed to know. And at
Like,
this moment, for some people, they're still playing the game. They still don't know what the hell's going on.
I have played like I'm looking at same here. I have played 2 hours of the game, or about 1:30 of the game. I still don't know what the fuck. I know like, oh, United States has gone under. The world is gone under. Fine, I get that.
It's like every post-apocalyptic
Like I get that part. That's fine.
yeah,
But I'm a fucking delivery boy. What do I have to do with this? Like seriously. Don't you have a 10-year-old to fix this?
I'm not. That's yeah.
Like, what is this? I'm not a 10-year-old with a fucking pet that can breathe fire. Let them handle this.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe we're making fun of Pokemon again by fucking like. Seriously though, like think about a post-apocalyptic game with Pokemon. It would be like they would tell the kid, be like, "Hey, you need to save the fucking world, man."
I'm pretty sure in general that the game itself would just be post-apocalyptic by just one of them. You only need one, and oh boy, there it goes.
I don't get it, what it is with Japan and sending kids on fucking quests.
Oh, that's what Japan and kids in the first place. They're just like the point of their stories.
We should not probably go into the part about kids in Japan. That should we should not.
Again, I said sending them off to do things. I'm not saying the other side of Japan that nobody wants to talk about.
Like seriously, like Link, 10-year-old, wakes up in his bed, gets a fucking fairy, and be like, "Hey, this tree wants to talk to you." Good to know. Goes there. He's like, "You have to save me. I'm dying." Like, okay. 10 minutes later, "Hey, you saved me, but I still die." Like, but why? What was the purpose of this then?
It's like, oh, I said it's like you tried to save me, and hey, guess what? You succeeded in killing the thing poisoning me, but I'm already dying.
Like, this was useless. Oh, by the way, you need to go to the castle.
Go to the castle, and she will definitely help you out in your journey. Goes to the castle. Every guard wants to immediately throw me in jail. Oh hey, I get over to the princess over here. She gives me a letter, and she never helps again until later, when she gives me an ocarina, and somehow I get a mental vision of a song. That's it. She's done.
And then you're like, oh, yeah, can you go help these fucking people up on a mountain? They need your help.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have anything to do with anything, but you need to go help them. They need help.
Right. You know, I don't know why, but I just thought of like this whole like idea of a topic in a way. Just how basically you kind of have this perfect idea of a game in your head, just like the perfect idea of what type of game you would want. It could for me, example, I'm not much into the whole multiplayer thing. I'm more into the solo deal. But I want a game that's going to keep my attention the entire time, but it also has a very long story because I don't want it to be over in the next couple of days after buying a $60 game. You want something that's going to keep your attention for a while. But at the same time, you also have that whole point where it's like, that game doesn't exist. There's tons of it out there. It doesn't exist. And for me, that's the case. No game so far has existed that's done that for me.
Like, I know, like Red Dead Redemption 2 has a really long story, but that's like, like not everyone likes that kind of games. Like that's the issue. Like Red Dead Redemption,
really like that type of game. It just, I don't see the point of it. You know,
I enjoyed. The story was great. The game was great, in my opinion. I liked it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like a lot of games.
One of the other times I also goes against myself and pre-ordered a game that was overhyped. It was because I played the first one before, so I was like, I know this game.
I tried playing the first one and I was bored to absolute death.
You are not a real gamer. What did John Marston do to you? Except
I just
like,
didn't care. And then of course later comes the second one, which I've watched playthroughs of, and it's just like, okay, same thing. Don't really care. I wasn't really into the GTA stories either. The only thing I cared about GTA was freaking turning on cheat codes and killing everyone. Because I thought it was fun. No, games do not cause violence. Back to the point. Literally, it just, I don't know. Nothing grabs my attention. It's like I have...
You have too much ADHD. I think you have too small of a.
I'm just thinking like, it's like I have an ADHD for games.
Like,
no game really catches my attention.
Okay. This new game come out. I gotta press that. Oh, look, another game.
I mean, so far, Outer Worlds is doing great for me. But the problem is, recently my Game Pass expired, but I got some back thanks to a friend of mine who gave me a code. But point is, I got the Game Pass back, so I play more Outer Worlds. But it's like, that so far is starting to, catch my attention more. So maybe that's the game I'm thinking of, but I don't really know yet. And I can't really say for sure if that's it. But
knowing you will get tired in a few days.
I mean, I don't know, because when it comes down to it, it's the same developers who made Fallout New Vegas, and that didn't keep my attention for too long. But this is much better because it's not tied down to the same formula.
Wasn't it Obsidian that did Fallout New Vegas?
Obsidian made Outer Worlds. So yeah.
Well, I knew that. That's interesting.
I'm not really a fan of really any Elder Scrolls game. Not a fan.
I'm a fan of Oblivion and Skyrim, but it's the only two I played.
I've never actually. Honestly, I haven't played Oblivion or Morrowind. I've just heard that they're really good. But at the same time, I've heard
Oblivion is kind of
and I'm just like, I don't care.
Oblivion is like it's a good story and everything, but it's kind of slow. Sadly, like it's like Skyrim. That's the issue with like Skyrim and Oblivion. It's like they are slow. Like you have to travel so much.
When it comes to Skyrim, so many people have literally. I don't know. Just so many people were trying to say like, "Oh, it's a great game. It's all this like super great." And the only way I will play Skyrim right now is if I have somebody to, which I do. I'm just waiting. True, I'm waiting for us to play that Skyrim together mod because there's 2 of them out right now. So we could do either one. But
I could also try. I have Skyrim on PC.
Well, I don't know which one we'll be using because it's for the 2 different versions. There's the
I have the original version.
Well, I know I do too, but I'm saying there's also the other one for the special version. Like it's for both. But I'm saying there's one for that one for the other one, and I don't know which one would be used. But overall, what I'm trying to say,
the one for the normal edition.
I would do that. What?
This one for the normal edition we would be using probably.
Well, I'm saying if it's between me and you, sure. But I'm saying with True, I don't know which one he has or which one he would do. I don't know if he would go for special, go for.
But can you run? Are you sure you can run special edition?
Yeah, I'm sure I can run special edition. I can run Black Ops 3 on 60 FPS. So I think I'm fine on the high settings. I mentioned that 60 times now, but it's.
Dude, we want a medal.
cool. It's a very high-end game. Or not high-end game. It takes a lot. Overall, what I'm trying to say here.
Special edition came out after Black Ops 3, by the way. Just saying.
Dude,
doesn't that
years
they
don't matter. It doesn't matter when the game comes out. It doesn't define the type of graphics it goes for. But I'm just trying to say here that honestly, none of those type of games really interest me whatsoever, and I don't see the hype behind it. Nor do I see the hype behind people with a freaking character creation, but that's something I've already discussed.
Yeah, I think it was last time also when we streamed this.
This was like 2. It was like 2 streams ago when I mentioned this, but
you sounded so mad at it, like, oh my god, character creation.
Why is it a thing? Oh my god, allocate all these stats to make me a freaking strength build. Oh, I'm an agility build. Oh my god, freaking I can make this guy look weird. Oh cool, I can make myself in this game. I don't care for those type of people. Anyway.
Unless you play Sims. Then it's fucking fun making characters.
I've only watched people play Sims. I've never owned, so haven't played.
You actually own Sims now. Thanks to me.
Yeah, but honestly, I would just play it for myself. I wouldn't stream it or anything like that. I don't see the point in it.
Yeah,
but
that's one of the stream games. I don't see it's like really streamable. Maybe video wise it could work, but streaming,
maybe, but
it's kind of
but
meh.
I'm just saying there's so many games, and for me, for example, I have like 300 on Xbox and maybe 200 to 300 more on PC. Nothing really catches my eye to an extreme amount. I mean, think of it this way. I'm an extreme Doom fan. I love Doom, and I seriously can't wait for Eternal, but I haven't even beat 2016. Every time I try to play it, it just gets to a point where I just stop playing it. Not because I'm not having fun or anything, but just because my mind wants to go off to something else. Or because I have to stop for the time being, and then I just forget about trying to play it some more. Just it doesn't stick.
I know the feeling.
Nothing sticks, and for some reason, I just want a game to come along to where if I play it, I get super absorbed into it. I don't really feel like I've had a game like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I have, but that's when I was younger when I could get absorbed into anything. Now I have standards.
I feel like we have talked about this before too. Actually, like how we.
I don't think.
Actually, no, but that's like the thing. That's the thing. Like today, that's the thing with today. It's like the games today just kind of sucks in the way that's like they do too many multiplayer games instead of actually caring about the story.
Oh, I just remembered another thing of trash. You just reminded me by saying multiplayer, which I'll get to here in a minute. We'll continue our current thing.
That's very. Can you tell me what it is? Like,
we'll do in a minute. We'll continue this whole bill.
I mean, I'm just talking about how today they don't do a lot of single player games. That's so fucking bullshit. Because in my opinion, like back in the day, story games was the important part of the industry. Like you did a story game and you had fun. And by the way,
there's people who just make story like they
make a story
campaign,
like
Black Ops 3,
Battlefield 5. Oh god, like
we can keep naming. There's just so many half-assed
games. And Battlefield 1 also.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the actual Battlefield 1. I'm talking about the one that has Battlefield 1 in it. And that is also a stupid thing to name it. It's not Battlefield 1. It's Battlefield like something 30 or something like. Why did you mention 1943? No, that's too early. That's too late. Battlefield 1 would be like 1919. Wasn't that when the First World War started?
I guess. I don't
know. But that's the thing. Like, I don't like when they do like fucking weird things like that. Like, if you name a game Battlefield 1, you expect it to be 1. Then you have Battlefield V, and you're like, is it 5 or is it actually Battlefield V? Like, which one is it?
Well, if it's Battlefield V, it's absolutely gonna be Battlefield 5.
Yeah, and that's also like fucking confused. Like,
everyone uses Roman numerals in titles these days.
If you do Battlefield 1, then you have a fucking number 1.
Well, that was the thing. It doesn't make sense now. I'm saying a lot of people do. 5V, I don't know, just for their own logo design preference.
Next is Battlefield Omega. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Battlefield Sigma. Theta. Delta. Eta. I just know a lot of these. But anyway. When it comes down to it, though, I mean, I don't really know either. Honestly, the last good Battlefield, I would say, would have to be 3, only because it's the only Battlefield I've actually played the full campaign of and loved. And I pre-ordered that one. That was
Good
my
for you.
first
Won the
Battlefield
medal.
that I pre-ordered, and I played a few missions in the freaking GameStop because, you know, it was a long line at the midnight launch. So we go into the GameStop, and it's just like, oh, they have whatever, like 2 different consoles just sitting out. It's like, okay, play these missions like right now. It's like, okay, I will play the missions.
Mm.
That was fun. It was very fun.
The third Battlefield I played was 4.
I played 3 and loved the campaign. I only played a little bit of 4, and I got bored because I thought it was stupid.
I gotta say this, Battlefield 4's online mode is better than the campaign. That's the sad part. Like, I didn't mind playing the online mode in that game because it was good. Me and my friend has a lot of funny times.
Was it Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 that was beta filled? I think it was 3. I think 3 was beta filled. I don't know.
Yeah, but back to your trash stuff then.
Hell, where it was basically beta. It basically goes along with what we're talking about now, to the whole being a solo experience or a multiplayer experience mostly.
Yeah.
This is something you already know because I posted it literally as I went to sleep. I posted it because I was pissed off. You know it.
Which part? I forgot. I probably forgotten it.
So recently, I was, first it was me just thinking about it, and then, you mentioned you have the game and it'd be nice to play and everything. Like, okay, so I recently got the update to see what's all new in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 EA. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah.
And what I've figured out is in September, like the 25th or something, they released a new co-op mode and all this other stuff. Like, oh, cool. And usually whenever like my brother's here or just like other family or some just like over here, sometimes we'll actually just sit down and actually play split screen co-op on the thing. And I'm just like, why? I was like, oh, okay. What happened is, like, in Battlefront 2, already the split screen was kind of meh in a way.
I gotta say, today's split screen in general is fucking terrible.
I mean, most of the time, a lot of people don't really care much for co-op anymore, and it's not that the people don't care; it's the devs don't care. They don't care to put in a good co-op experience in a way. They didn't want to do co-op story, which I don't know why people don't do co-op stories in every game now. It makes sense too.
I mean, that's kind of interesting.
Co-op, I don't really think would make sense, but in the sense of Battlefront 2, that would work because you're mostly always have an AI partner, so you could always just associate that as the second player if that was in split screen. But to continue what I'm saying here is that before they had the arcade mode, which was co-op, and you could play split screen on it. Last night I booted up the game after it updated, and let's just say I figured out that they took out split screen co-op, or even just local private match. There's no such thing as a private match or a split screen in the Battlefront 2 EA.
There is a local gameplay where one for two or for 2 players. There's a local game.
Doesn't exist.
It does.
It doesn't.
It does. If you go to the single player,
it doesn't anymore.
It did for me.
Well, never for me. Nothing was there. Everything, you load up the thing.
You have single player, multiplayer, and co-op, right?
Okay, so what you're...
You have to go into the single player portion of the game, and then you're gonna have like arcade, the campaign, and split screen, I think, or whatever the last one was called. When the arcade is 1 to 2 players.
Okay. Then here's the other deal. How about this, EA? Or shall I say DICE, because it's really up to you in this sense. Stop being such a freaking bitch about the whole, oh, you need to do the online, or oh, you need to do split screen. No one really does split screens. Do the online thing. We'll add more to if you can play co-op online. Again, the split screen one, because I want to bet that new co-op mode is not even a part of the local bit. And for the matter, if it is in the single player bit, get the hell out of the single player bit. It's not single player. Why is it in there? Why would that be in there? It literally says on the front thing, single player, one player. If you're telling me you go into that option and then it has the co-op stuff, EA and DICE, you're freaking idiots. Go back to freaking developer university class or whatever the hell you took to do that. Whoever decided that was a good idea, get out. You're really terrible at this. Learn how freaking numbers work. Single player. Oh no, put in our co-op modes in there. You could do local or online.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. It's like it's more the idea of it being in there, like so you don't have to.
No, if they would have named it that, local, online, and then in online you switch between the two of multiplayer, co-op. If it's in the online category, sweet. Then you have the local, campaign, all the other modes you mentioned. Perfect.
I'm just checking. I'm at the moment
Overall,
checking on Star Wars.
One thing I'm mainly pissed on in that whole case is having it to play online when you're playing in the co-op mode or in the multiplayer mode. You can't do a private match. You just can't, which is stupid. You can't do a private match because as soon as you click on it, it'll immediately go, oh, joining session in progress on whatever map. Why? Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
Don't relay my conversation. Oh, and just got a thing in my own chat from what is it?
Yeah, someone.
Joe got a jumper. That's a weird name, but okay. Of asking to join the call. Not sure who's in the deal, but when it comes down to it, later we'll be like probably doing like actual guests. Not later this episode. I'm saying like later into the podcast deals, we'll probably bring in our own guests and everything. But those are usually like friends of ours or something.
I have one that may join sometime in the future because I talked about them yesterday and I mentioned it yesterday today.
I mean, I would have some, but the problem is they all go to sleep like right before we start.
Yeah, that's the thing about our time zones. It's like I have two people that may be able to join. One is we have to do in the middle of the day if he's gonna join, because Swedish people. I know, weird. But yeah, also you have to go into the single player. Then you have the campaign, instant action, and arcade.
That's utter bullshit.
Then you have multiplayer and co-op.
Honestly, I didn't even think to check that, so that's my own stupidity. But
why would you check it? That's the thing.
Why would I check single player to find co-op stuff? If the thing says co-op, I expect it to give online and local. And when I have two controllers turned on, I expect it to say player 1, player 2, like I used to. Because for some reason you can't actually sign into player 2's account. It won't let you. You can only do the first one. But overall, that should be a thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Back it was like good, but now it's like I feel like they are focusing too much on multiplayer.
They focus a lot on the online aspect of things, or the richer of people. Because I mentioned this to you also in the group, is that a lot of devs, everything, won't consider the fact that couch gaming does still exist. They, for some reason, think it doesn't anymore. A lot of people just don't think it exists.
If you wait like 10 years, it probably is not going to exist in the same way as it does today.
I mean, probably, but that's only if things become cheaper or people get paid way more than they do now. That's the only way it can happen. But when it comes down to it, I'm saying couch gaming still is a thing, but a lot of people don't think so. Like before we had with Halo 5, they cut out split screen entirely. Their reason being, we worked on the engine is a 60 FPS only engine and split screen turns into 30, so can't happen. Like you can just, it's not hard to implement split screen regardless of that fact. you're just lazy and didn't think that it mattered. That it mattered, and now they're saying that they will not do that again, and that Infinite should have split screen again. Should. I don't know if I should trust that word. I should trust that they will. But there's that. And then with the Battlefront games, it has this whole thing like, oh, there's a co-op deal in it. Like, what I wanted was a split screen online deal as well, to where I could have 2 people, same console, play multiplayer online. Because I thought that'd be cool. That'd be nice. No. The first game didn't have a campaign, which I thought, okay, that's kind of dumb because Battlefront was known for that. Second one had a campaign. Not really that great so far that I've played, but it's something. Still be nice for co-op on that. But
if I did
modes, the first game actually had some nice ones. Second one, not really much. Oh, okay. I just like looked over and I saw the Google link. I'm like, what are you doing, Streamlabs? And I looked up like, oh, you put the
You're like, what are you doing? Are you taking over?
What are you doing, Streamlabs? I didn't authorize this.
How dare you? Are you trying to take over the world? They're taking over the world. They're becoming aware.
Wait, but they are taking over. The Streamlabs bot, the Streamlabs alert systems, the Streamlabs OBS. Dear
Streamlabs is taking over.
You said that like Inception music, like and just there's Streamlabs on the screen coming soon. I don't know.
Oh, before we have we have not talked about our secret topic because we kind of got into So basically, 2 weeks ago, actually, I think it was 4 weeks ago, I mentioned it. No, 3 weeks ago, because we didn't talk about it on the first one because we would have done it. But it was like right after the interview that Jack did with Troy.
Going to that bit.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh, what? And then then I started watching another podcast with the Misfits. Because, offensive humor. And those that watch Misfits knows what they're doing. What their main thing is. Like, what they're known for. And if you don't know what they're known for, what? Did you miss that? Like, seriously? Did you miss the whole fucking obvious sign that is about them? Like, it's like a big sign, basically, over them. Like, saying it. Jeez.
Honestly, you just sound like you're constantly trying to be condescending to everybody here.
Like, are everyone dumb? Are you dumb? Like, I'm told you, I fucking started trashing everyone in Stardew Valley before I started talking with them. Like, or they started talking with me, and I'm like, I don't like you. You're a bitch. They were like, hi,
you have to romance
bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, that's one thing too. There's like 2 people that people really want to romance, but you actually can't. You're not allowed to. And you're just thinking to yourself like, but those are the ones I'd rather. The rest are jerks.
I mean, is it? I wonder if that purple hair girl is free.
I think so. I don't know about that.
But yeah, okay. Back to the topic we was gonna talk about. We are gonna talk about something weird because we never shouldn't talk about this on our podcast because it's not about.
Are you sure about it's something weird? Because I'm pretty sure that's what we always talk about is something weird or random.
Okay, this is outside our spectrum of like we have the weird stuff, but that's like outside the weirdness of our spectrum. Like we have the nerdy stuff. Now we're gonna go in on something that's outside nerds. Like we're gonna talk about drugs.
I don't even understand the point of talking about it, but I mean, hey, go for your go.
Because like I don't know why I got so like after like a while when I watched their podcast like for it was like when they got into the acid thing like they did LSD. That was when I started to get like the interest about the idea of like before I was never interested in drugs, but watching them I'm like I wanna try it, but I would never start doing it. That's like the thing.
Pretty sure that's supposed to be the that's actually supposed to be the lore. Is like, you know, like, oh hey, it's great, all this stuff, and it's actually completely terrible. I'm sure that's the whole point of drugs.
I mean, that's the thing, though. Like,
Case closed.
yeah, but here's what people don't understand. It's like if you watch the technology behind it, it's like the drugs itself is only dangerous when you mix them together in some way. That's when they become like fucking dangerous. But a plant itself, like the plants and stuff, it's not really dangerous. I mean, it's probably if you eat too many plants, why are you eating plants? No, but like the main drugs are like the main stuff is plants.
Cocaine's not a plant.
Cocaine comes from isn't the cocaine that comes? No, heroin is it that comes from opium? Is it? Is it heroin or cocaine?
I don't know.
One of them. No, it's cocaine. I think it comes from opium, and opium is.
Let's just say most of it just man-made. We'll just go that way.
Yeah, the man-made stuff is the dangerous stuff often, like because that's like just a mixture of like dangerous stuff. Like why? Why do you? That's a thing that I can't get though. Like, why would you do something?
I have to ask is when it comes to that stuff, how's the people just randomly figured out about that? They just like decided, like just some scientist in a lab's like, I'm just gonna mix all these chemicals, see what they do.
Like, I mean, I get like if you think about shrooms and stuff, like mushrooms and stuff, that was like people ate it. That's how they figured it out.
Natural.
Yeah, but when it comes to like, how did they get the idea to be like, what happens if I take this plant and mix it with this thing that I have here? What happens?
Great things, horrible things.
It's like it seems like if you make how did they get the idea to make bread? Like, what was the idea? How did they get the idea of like, what happens if I mix what happens if I mix? What is it? Is it wheat, water? What is it more? It's something more, I think. Or is that the two ingredients that they have in bread?
It also involves some yeast.
Yeah, like where did they get the idea doing those three? Like,
and more. There's more to it, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff. But I don't know. It's the way the world evolves.
Yeah, and then we sit here like, here's the thing that I think is so funny. It's like, oh, this is dangerous. We need to ban it. Like, it's only actually dangerous if you take too much, or if it's actually a fucking poison. And if it's poison in your drugs,
the main problem is the addiction part of it. That's the problem
yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, not a lot of people will. Well, not a lot. There will be the tiny select few that won't get addicted from it, but then there's the rest of everybody where it's extremely highly. So you can just be like, just a tiny little bit, boom, hooked.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Oh, but I don't know. It's like with the a little bit like with the gun laws. Like, it's not the fucking people's fault what happened. Like, I get if you're a dealer, as the buyer, don't fucking care what you're doing with yourself. Like, if you wanna fucking take it, do it. It's your own life. But it's the dealers, I'm gonna say, that should be put away, not the addicted. Like, the addicted should get the help they deserve. Like, not all countries has that. Like, some actually fucking, unless you live in Thailand, then you're gonna get shot. Like, seriously, like, he's crazy. That guy in Thailand is crazy.
I'll just be honest, I have no idea what we're talking about at the moment.
Don't you know the leader in Thailand hates drugs?
I don't listen to anything.
Yeah, but he hates drugs so much that
any other country.
he would actually fucking shoot people that either do drugs or sell drugs. Like, if you just possess drugs, you're dead in Thailand. Like, that's the feel. Like, that's a little bit like an overstep. Like, drugs is drugs. Yes, it's bad for you, but killing someone for it, I mean,
again, that is how the world is.
we still send out kids with fucking animals that spit fire. And you worry about the drugs. I'm more worried about the psychopathic kid with a fucking dinosaur, or like a fucking dinosaur with him. That spits fire. I'm just saying. What's worse? The kid or the drugs? I'm gonna make fun of this.
Or chase the dragon, whatever it is. But
Chase the dragon? What dragon? The dragon knight from the Billy episode?
No, I said chase the dragon because that's the phrase.
Ah, chase the dragon. What dragon?
Chasing the dragon. That's the phrase for doing drugs.
But yeah, I wanna actually fucking try some stuff, like not the heavy stuff that is like fucking bad for you. Actually,
So what exactly
bad.
you want about then?
Like Mariana.
Mariana. Yeah, that's the name of the dragon.
I was trying to. I'm not good at English. Me no have the English. But it's called weed, basically, like the weed.
There you go, you can just say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
honestly, it's becoming more and more legal in
yeah.
many areas, and
But it's
honestly,
because people understand the drug itself is not dangerous. Like people understand it's not dangerous itself. Again,
I mean,
it's
it can
been
be stupid, but honestly, what doesn't these days?
I mean, just look at the president in the United States.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, I mean, hey, if you have like when it comes to alcohol and everything that can make you extremely stupid, then what the hell?
Alcohol should be fucking more illegal than fucking weed, in my opinion. Like,
I mean, they both should be around the same.
I mean, alcohol can at least. What I've understood, weed cannot technically kill you in the same way, but alcohol can actually fucking kill you. Yeah, again, if you take just like the plant itself, like straight from the plant, it should be fine.
I'm saying it depends on what you take. Like, if you have prescriptions or something, and depending on the type of stuff you take,
or you happen to be fucking allergic to that plant by some reason. Don't be allergic, kids. It's not good for your health.
Yeah, I don't think they can control that.
Kids, stop being allergic. Jeez.
Again, they can't control their allergies. See, this is like the section of like not necessarily good cop, bad cop. It's more of the guy who's trying to steer us away from the stuff that honestly I just wouldn't exactly want to go for or like have the topics roll into. And then we have this guy over here who's like, get into the topic.
Get deep into the topic. And then talking about a drug killing fucking monarch in Thailand.
Because that's out of freaking nowhere that absolutely no one will actually know about except somebody who randomly looks it up for some odd reason.
No, I didn't look it up. I know because my past talked about it, like because and I have seen it a few times on like news, like he's like crazy about it. Like that's the issue.
Who even looks at news anymore? Because me, I don't.
No, because you're a fucking guy who cares about one thing, and that's your Mountain Dew. We still need to be sponsored by the Mountain Dew.
Honestly, not care too much about it. But I'm saying when it comes down to it, though, it just, I don't know. A lot of people freaking go crazy on this other stuff. Me,
I'm like,
I just don't. I don't really care much about what goes on in the world. I just disconnect myself from it. I don't really care too much about what all goes on at this rate. Because honestly, we're already screwed as it is. I have no faith.
Yeah. Why do you think he let me do the introduction? He was like, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't have any faith in you in general because immediately it's like, oh my god, yeah. Like, oh my god.
God, my faith is even less. I had some faith, but it's even more gone now.
It's like, there was a little bit of faith in you. I thought you could actually do this. I don't know where that faith went. It's now.
It's like when we're gonna play a game, every guy's gonna be like, hey, dude, we're gonna follow me. You're like, no. I'm gonna go home now.
I'm the type of person who will follow True off of a cliff, but I'm apparently not gonna follow you.
No, because I fucking walk off the cliff without asking you to follow me. You're gonna be like, why did you walk off the cliff?
I didn't even ask. here's a spoiler for an upcoming video that at the moment I have to edit his side for, which is gonna take a while because the freaking bitrate issue, but that's another story. Point being, the spoiler here is that there's a part in it where there's a giant cliff, and it's a game we got from Keymailer. So we were just sitting there thinking like, okay, does fall damage do much in this game? I'm kind of curious if it works. So I'm like, you want to test the fall damage? And he's like, yeah, sure. And we both jump off a cliff and then drop down and die. I'm just like, okay. And then we're just sitting there like, yeah, all those parents who are like, oh, would you
would you follow your friend down a cliff?
Would you jump off a cliff because your friend said so? It's like, yeah. I'm the one who
unless it's this guy.
Yeah.
That's like the thing I always ask my friends, like, before we go into the game, it's like, hey, do you trust me? They're like, no, I don't trust you. Good, let's go into this cave. Why did you ask me if I trust you if you're gonna just ask me to follow you into a cave anyways? Like, why? I'm like this guy that's like forcing people to follow me anyways. Like, hey, do you want to go into this cave? Like, no. Okay, let's go in. But I don't. Let's go in. What is the worst that can happen? That you get eaten by a fucking super mega spider? Jeez.
Just eaten by that, Maybe I have a knife in my pocket. Can always be a gun.
Like,
who knows? Maybe there's just like a nice surprise party in there. It's a cake. Some burgers.
10 seconds later, it's like getting fucking overwhelmed by a fucking zombie horde.
Sandwiches. Pizza.
That's the thing also, like in zombie games, that's like a little bit fun. It's like, hey, look at this dark room. Let's go inside. Like, why?
That reminded me of the freaking Geico commercial where where it's just like, no, maybe we can hide over here. It's like, maybe we can hide over here. It's just like, why don't we just get in the running car? It's like, are you crazy? Let's go hide behind the wall of chainsaws. Like, yeah. Even the killer himself just raised up his mask like, fucking idiot kids. Like, running car, get in that. Because, yeah, horror movie or game or whatever. No one thinks straight. And everyone's just
like, yeah, like, it's like, oh, hey, we're hunted by this fucking thing, but let's go into this dark place to hide. We don't know what's inside there, but let's hide there. Like, why? Like, from my experience, like, when you're hunted by the guy that's gonna be the final boss, you know it's gonna be something worse in the fucking room you're gonna go into. Anyways. Because who the fuck care about logic?
You know what else I thought about? Resident Evil 2. In that garage, there's plenty of cop cars in there. I'm pretty sure you could probably hotwire something there. It is very old cars because that was years ago, back in, I don't even know what it was, 1998? No, still 97 because it was still part of that whole thing. But overall, plenty of freaking ways to just hotwire a car or somehow take apart the thing and freaking start with a screwdriver. I don't care how the hell you're going to do that with a freaking ignition switch, but point being, do all that crap, get out in that car. What do you know? Just get out. Because honestly, the whole point, spoiler in this point, is that, Claire comes over there to find Chris. Chris has gone on vacation. She has no reason to be there anymore. Leon, he just wants to help people forever the hell. There's a freaking zombie apocalypse, man. Screw it. Just get out of there. Both of you, get in that freaking cop car.
Should we take about Resident Evil 4 then? Like, seriously? Like,
Ashley. 4. Oh,
like,
hey. Oh, and Ashley. Oh, there she goes. Hey, Ashley, stay here. It's like, but you just found me. Yeah, just stay here for a sec. Comes back. Oh, hey, how you doing? Doing good, and you're gone again.
Like, they don't leave the house or anything. They like following a fucking around the whole fucking house, and like be like, but weren't you just meant to be like fucking getting her out of here? And now you're fucking in a different fucking position. What the fuck are you doing? Are you that bad at your job?
Out of that context, that does not sound right. You're in another freaking position. Are you that bad? Like, okay.
Out of perfect.
Like the ending like scene of the entire game is one of my favorites just because of what Leon says. And again, won't spoil because I know you haven't
I'm not done yet because I'm at
I know you're not done. It's
5-4
not
or
to say,
5-3 at the moment.
I think there's only 2-5-3. I think there is a 5-4. I don't know about that though, but overall, last scene, it's funny. I like it.
Welcome. What are you
I mean,
buying?
I mean, it's not spoiler. It's not like a story spoiler. It's just a funny thing that I feel like would probably be ruined once you try to play it and then I say it.
Yeah.
You know, I say it here, then you try to play it later. It's like, oh, well, it doesn't hold the same joke. But the punchline doesn't exist because I already know it.
Yeah. Ashley's a fucking bitch. She complains too much. Seriously.
That is the portrayal.
And do you know who else complains a lot? Me. And do you know who I complain about a lot?
Starts with an S.
You're right. It's not the SEO though, but it's Silica from SEO. Bitch. And that which episode is that? Was it episode 3 or was it 4? No, I think it's episode 3 she appears.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I'm like, and this episode is ruined. I mean, guess what, guys? Guess why I mentioned this? Because it's getting close to the end.
We will get to that here in just a minute. But at the same time, I was trying to mention before, who else complains a lot?
You.
Because most of this thing has been me complaining.
I feel like the last 2 episodes have just been you and me complaining about fucking everything. Like, oh my god, this guy, and he's okay, but this guy.
I mean, I know last time we talked about the whole freaking Modern Warfare business, but I'm telling you, I just freaking tried to play it again recently. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe it was just that one time I was playing with terrible people or something. Could have been the same this time. Still didn't beat the first freaking operation.
What he's saying is he needs professional help. He doesn't have any professional friends.
I'm not saying. Again, I highly doubt that you would be of any more help.
I have almost beaten
equal help as everyone else, and that's not me saying that they're terrible help. I'm saying that
that was what you just said.
Because you'd be around the same.
Here's the difference. I am a strategical, tactical player, and I have almost beaten Black Ops 3 unrealistic.
Because you think you're professional.
But I have almost beaten Black Ops 3 unrealistic. Then I fucking got tired of the fucking mission and was like, let's go play something else. Like I'm at the end game with my friends on realistic, and we're like, okay.
The elbow, the shotgun could have done that. The zoo. Anyway.
Well, again, we're closing up to the end of this world's stream, or this stream at least, because this world stream.
Okay.
This is gonna be a post-apocalyptic stream.
Oh. Yeah. So, to start us off, here is the idea of what we're about to do. We are about to review the last 4 episodes, which is 2 through 5, of SEO Alicization, Sword Art Online. So basically, here's a few little guidelines for you. 1, if you currently watch the show and you haven't seen any of those episodes, you can either stick around to get the episode you haven't seen yet, then leave or mute, either way. Or if you don't care for Sword Art Online at all and don't really want to hear this, again, leave. Or mute. Probably leave, probably better because it's going to take a while, so it's okay. So, you know, we have like social medias in our channel descriptions and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Go follow us there. Discourse and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
You can wait for the next episode because we do these every 2 episodes. So
yeah, we do every 2 episodes with SEO, but every 2 weekends we do an episode of Ensemble. For those
Yeah,
that doesn't
so-
know it.
So basically, it's all good and everything, so you don't have to worry too much about this going super crazy.
And if someone is still actually here and has not left because they know what's coming up, don't forget to do an exclamation mark team 3 in my chat and donate money for the trees. Because we need trees. Yeah, before we start trashing, it's perfect that we put up trees. I feel like
Before
I'm
we start trashing a world, put trees in that world. Honestly,
So we
should
can
all trash
hide
the
the
world and then you put the trees in, but
no, actually put up the trees so we can put the trash behind the world. Behind the trees.
then we're just ruining the trees.
But there's a nice display that the people don't see the trash. Smart
Well,
thinking.
On my stream, I have enabled the spoiler warning
Yes.
deal, so
And I
there's
want
no
to
real
say
reason for
one
this-
thing.
I mean,
and
I'll
one
say,
thing.
hold on, before we get to it, I'll say this again, basically, that we'll be doing this. You don't have to watch this bit because it's probably gonna be the last actual segment of the podcast. So if this isn't your deal,
Last.
really,
200 years later.
I mean, we were saving it for the end because I figured it'd be the best way to end. It's just to have the review there. So for those who don't care for it or aren't able to listen to that bit, then they don't have to. They got every other bit of information they needed. So here we go.
I just want to mention one thing from episode 2 first and forward. When she takes off the fucking eye thing. I know I can't call it an iPad because it's not like an iPad. It's like it's like a.
It kind of is an eye patch in a way. But...
It's like more of an eye bandana. Yeah, but basically, the first thing I was like, she's fucking beautiful. Like that was the first thought I got. And for people that doesn't know that, the first season I fucking disliked Alice. I literally disliked her. And then season 2 comes and I'm like, okay, this is decent, the first episode. This is episode 2 comes. Holy fuck, she's gorgeous. Wow, I can't speak.
Nope. This is a type of deal.
But,
I don't know.
So basically,
I mean, I don't know. I don't think much when it comes to anime characters. It's whatever.
But you and I have different interests. Quite literally.
I mean, I don't have favorite characters though. I have a lot of those.
Favorite character is one thing, but seeing them in a different light, that's you don't do.
I don't do that because I just how the hell am I supposed to connect with an animated deal? I mean, hey, anybody who does, up to you. You're all good.
Yeah.
Have your own life.
I'm just to measure so people that want to know, like in the end of the first episode, basically she goes out of her hut where she lives in. Alice lives in a hut in the forest. So that's the end of the first episode, and she says it's in fire. It's like fires and stuff outside. I don't exactly remember how the first or the second episode started, but I think she was at this town directly. Like I think they started in the town. Here's the thing, I don't remember too much about the fucking raid itself. I kind of remember most of the IRL stuff that happened.
Well, when it comes down to the raids, I kind of remember most of it. I mean, the main thing I remember is, showing up and
being a fucking bitch.
Integrity night.
Like this is like this bitch that's like this overclassman that's like, hey, you have to listen to me, I'm a knight. And then like
I didn't get that at all from her. Me and you see those two.
Yeah, but if you think about it, you have the elder man, the elder that's like, hey, I rule this village. You have no rights here. And she's like, let me just do something. Wait, take that sword. As an integrity knight, I take control of this city, of this town.
That's not at all what she was trying to do.
That's what she did. That's what she did.
It's not that she was trying to take control of the town. It was the point that everybody saw her as a complete criminal as
Yeah.
someone who shouldn't even be anywhere near the place. But all
Yeah.
she had to say is, "Oh hey,
I'm a knight.
they made me a knight," and that's it. She didn't try to control anyone. She said, "I'm a knight." And like, oh okay, well we'll go ahead and try to retreat because
Yeah,
for some
because
reason
she.
we're smarter now.
Not only that, because she has higher power, she actually could have taken control because she's an integrity knight.
Well, again,
Or that's
she
the.
doesn't try to take control.
But she could. She's a,
Could, but she didn't.
she could be a real bitch.
Okay, then she wasn't a bitch.
And she has a cute dragon. I don't know why, but I like her dragon. Just like her dragon is fucking amazing. I think also that dragon is meant as a reference to Pina, by the way.
Probably not. But
Just, I mean, it's light blue. Kind of has the same form.
I don't think that matters.
It kind of has the same form, but it's a bigger format. It wouldn't be a surprise if it's actually a reference to like Pina in general. And Pina is a cold dragon. Like a piece of shit, silica, dino fire.
So point of all what happened is then you have all that bit, and then
she does one attack.
Sure
I think she does like one super attack.
Pretty sure she just to show off. She has her flowers do the work, which I always thought was the stupidest thing to ever have. It's just like my flowers attack, like flowers attacking.
Just like I'm gonna say something really offensive for some people, but it's like the most gay attack ever. Like, let's use flowers.
Most tree hugger type of attack. Like,
she's a fucking hippie.
Protect the flowers, man. I'm just kidding.
Man, the flower.
Stereotype.
Oh god, we talked about trees before. Now we're fucking trashing the one person that is for trees.
Anyway, all that stuff happened, and
that was like fucking it. I'm gonna be honest, like that raid was fucking too short, and you sit there but like,
well, it was only a tiny raid. It was just like
no, but it kind of was like funny because she she did like one attack, and they were like, "Fuck, we're losing. Let's run."
Again, if you notice, that is a giant pattern when it comes to SAO, and like every single arc that was an extreme pattern of, oh god, this one person has this one crazy move that they probably can't use twice in a row, but you know what? Screw it, we're out of here.
They was like, what if she can only use it once? We can attack her then.
Don't care, leaving.
Like, nope, sorry, nope. I'm not paid enough for this.
Flips over the keyboard, no button. Out.
And then you have, then after that, basically like, I think that, and then it's like cut, and then you came to like, I don't know what happens really, but you came to IRL, like you get to the IRL world.
Yeah.
Then the turtle in a
Basically what happened in the IRL bit is that what was it?
Oh god, Silica was mentioned. She was in the episode. Oh, was she in episode 3? I don't remember. She's in one of those episodes.
She was, but okay. When it comes down to it, though, at this point, I'm just saying the IRL thing as a complete package. I'm not really going off of episode 2, episode 3 at this rate. I'm just going forward because I don't freaking know. It blurred together for me because I watched them at the same time, so it blurs all together for me. But when it comes down to it, all I know is just we have the military voice that what military voice? The military force, not voice. Where does that come from?
The military voice.
Yes, the voice of military, which is to get down and drop, to drop down and give me infinity. Now, military force invaded, which is more just like a little.
That happened in the last episode. Basically, they show the attack, like in the last episode of the first season of Allocation.
Yeah, they show the attack, but now we have.
And I think they showed it in the a little bit in the beginning of the first episode. I don't think they showed it a lot more. No, wait. I think they showed in the second episode, like when you get to the IRL, they showed how they like rushed the control room, and they were like, "Oh, we take control of this place now," and they are in the sub control room with power, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't do much anymore. We're stuck here, and we have locked down the floodlights." So Kirito is stuck, by the way. So you know that, like he's actually stuck. And also, by the way, he's in a comatose. So he's basically like comatose, but still not in coma. He's like his head is there. He's alive. He's not sleeping, but his mind is not there. So you know that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We get it. like seriously, like after a while, I was like, okay, I get it. Then you get to episode 3. I think that was like the end of episode 2, and then you get to episode 3. Was more focused on the bad guys there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of basically just like was trying to do a retelling of why the bad guys were there. Which, fun fact, in the first season of Alicization, and the squad that was attacking them in GGO, same people who decided to attack Wrath. So, made that plot convenience, am I right? So, plot convenience. We'll just go ahead and show off these characters so you'll never know who they are later until we decide to tell you who they are later. Because why not? But overall, that's what just shows like all that kind of stuff them going for, which is apparently what the Japanese government or some no.
We don't know who's
US
paying
government.
them.
I'm pretty sure it's the U.S. government saying like, oh hey, we can't have them or Japanese government to basically do this Alice.
I'm gonna be honest. If United States would do anything, like if the moment some country does something that they can't, they're like, you have to shut them down. Like seriously, you have to shut them down. They're doing something dangerous.
And they shut down. It's basically like, oh, it could be a military force, like something that could be super helpful to mankind, all this other stuff. It could be used for a military force. We want it for that, or oh, we have to shut it down because they could use it as a military force. It's like, why do you always think the most negative about it? And this is Hollywood, U.S. mostly we're talking about, like Hollywood movie type of deal where U.S. is always the bad guy thinking stupid stuff. But still,
is that
how that goes?
In a way, it's reality.
In a way, I mean, heck, if you freaking created an android or something, you'd basically just be signing a death warrant. Not because the android would kill you, because basically the government would figure that out and do something about
it. Oh my god, he's creating a foe. He's creating something that can destroy humans. No, it's actually meant to save people. It's gonna be used for bad things. Kill him.
Android. I meant like an actual android, not
yeah. But like, yeah, that's like, it doesn't matter. It could be something. You can make a new phone that could be really helpful and be used in a different way than a normal phone, and then we'd be like, it can be used in a different way. Kill him. It can be used for military, but also don't take his stuff. We can maybe use the stuff he built. Like, but didn't you kill him because he built it? It could be used for bad stuff. Shut up, or something happens. Okay? Shh. Let it happen.
How it always goes. But, anyway, all that happens, and then they decide, oh hey, what if we decide to
fucking join this world?
Just like, oh hey, why don't we just dive into this world? Which, fun fact, try to say dive into the world as if like it's an actual VR place. Like, not really, but okay. And one thing I think is just completely stupid. So they were trying to log into the human civilization like super users, which of course wouldn't work because password protected. Morons didn't think, oh hey, let's password protect the dark territory accounts. No, you didn't. You just left it wide open.
But I think that was because they knew the dangers of using those accounts.
Yeah, but still lock them down. And then it's the point of saying, literally that one guy, I don't freaking remember his name, it's just with a K, but
the blonde guy or the big guy?
The blonde one. No, I'm talking about the one in the sub lab, not the evil blonde one, the nerd. but I'm saying, or the computer guy, whatever. But I'm saying, like, for some reason, when I say nerd, it's like for some reason people think like, oh, like an offensive nerd. Like I'm a nerd, ensemble. I could say nerd.
Yeah.
Point is, that guy, he had a moment of hesitations, like, oh, they can't log into the super user accounts. They're locked. It's like,
And he's like,
wait, what?
nothing.
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's okay. Like, no, it's something. You better say it because they know. Oh, and also Asuna logs in, which we have not seen anything about her yet.
Yeah.
She's just out there.
Like, that was like one thing, like, that's like where it ends. Like, that's where episode 3 IRL ends. And then we jump into to where the dark guys had logged in.
What else? Before we get to that bit, at the end of episode 3, we had where it was.
Yeah, this is where I was coming to.
In the dark territory, and them trying to be like, try to build up this whole thing, like, oh, they want to attack humans. Everything. It was built up to be like that. Now it's like, we must negotiate. It's like, oh, so there's actually nice people in the dark territory who don't want to fight. Cool, those guys are nice. Then we have.
Then we have like 5 minutes later, after they have talked about, we need to do this. You see that.
Do this. Next episode. Well, they're dead.
Like,
no more
yeah, they come to episode 4, and they're like, the Emperor is sitting there like, that's the blonde guy, by the way, guys. That's the blonde guy that I don't remember the name for, because fuck that.
We'll just say, we don't know the name, but we'll just go with blonde guy. We'll just call him the Dark Emperor at this rate, because that's who we want as.
And then you have Vasago. I think the Dark Knight is called Vasago. I remember his fucking name, but
Dark Knight and Dark Emperor,
so basically, the Emperor is like, yeah, we need death. We need death. Like, what the fuck?
Need to, like, kill everyone and all that, and it's just like the whole room kind of falls silent, as if it's just like.
Is this kid? Is he joking? Is this guy joking? Is he drunk?
Then out of nowhere, just like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, kind of sounds like you're just saying that just because.
Wait, let's go back a little bit further. You see like a scene of like every guild like planning to kill him. Like every guild plans to kill the Emperor. Then when they get there, it's like, we need death. And they're like,
oh, cool, you're going our book.
Like, are you fine?
Oh, it's like, I don't know about this guy. He could be a freaking goody two shoes.
And then you have the Dark Brigade. Like the Dark Brigade sitting there like, no, we don't want this. Like the one group that wanted the peace
negotiations.
Thank you.
But yeah, we have all that going on. And then, of course, the woman, I don't remember her name.
Lepia.
Yeah, Lepia. Goes in.
And it's so cute.
Gonna try to be the cliche, try to seduce the guy to assassinate him. Good job with that one.
She did it too early. Like, it was a too early strike, you're saying.
Yeah. Okay, the thing is, that whole thing is just a complete disappointment. It's just, she got herself killed too early. And then in the next meeting they had, you have the, like, Lord of the Brigade or whatever, and he gets all pissed off because her head is now encapsulated in ice. And it's just like, it gets all pissed off, has a super crazy power, which looks like it probably killed a bunch of people to the left, but, we're not going to talk about that. Just decides to try to go after the Emperor. And it's like, oh, this guy's super dark. Like,
no, first you have the fucking assassination dude, the assassin guild leader, be like, stop this. And something happening in his head. He was like got a fucking berserk, like from nowhere. It's like, first yes, he's super normal, like, I think, what is it called? Art, what is it called? I don't remember but the special art he has, like his technique. So he was gonna use that to attack the Emperor. You have the assassin guild throw a poison dart, and he's like, oh, this can kill a dragon in a few hours with 30k health. Cold.
It's like, so this will basically kill you in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, Okay.
Few seconds later, Sophie fucking snaps in him, and he like goes like full tornado. Quite literally.
Yeah.
Tornado.
Basically a tornado. And I'm pretty sure his shirt busts off, so, you know, SAO. People get naked for some reason. But anyway, that all deal happens. And then, I guess, inserted himself into the Emperor's, like, mind or soul or whatever.
I don't know what the fuck
It's a
happened.
very dark void of soul. He knows nothing of anything. Dear God. Dead.
Yeah.
It's like the smoke. It's like there's smoke enveloping it, so no one knows.
His
what else
name
going
is
on.
Gabe.
Smoke disappears.
The bad guy's name is Gabe.
So Gabe is the only one left after the smoke clears. Like, these guys disappears, no body or whatever. And fun fact: we're gonna go back to when Gabe was a child. It shows that too, and has this like friend of his, which is like some girl or whatever.
No, that happened.
Just...
No, that happened when he was after he killed Philippia.
No, this was like
Philippia.
talking about. I know, but like we didn't say it before. Like we already skipped over that. But
let's go back to the beginning of the episode. Actually, in this case, because here's the thing: they show Gabe in the beginning of. Yes, it was in the beginning of the episode. For like he talked with his dad about butterflies. Like
butterflies and insects. Like, oh, where's the?
They don't have brains. Their whole body is like the neural system, basically.
Like the nerves in them and everything is basically how everything goes. So if you cut their head off or whatever,
they can live for a little while.
Yeah.
You make your kid a psychopath. Like I was like, this kid is gonna become a psychopath.
Because then, again, we have his friend come over, which. Yeah, they decided to read. Fun fact, her name is Alicia. Other fun fact, she's reading Alice in Wonderland. What are the odds? So all that stuff happens. And just reading that, he just didn't think like, huh, what happens if I popped her head? Like, dude.
Like, this blank stare though from the kid. There was no emotions. Like, literally no emotions. And I'm like, what the fuck happened with you, boy?
So we have a full-on serial killer. So do well in Laughing Coffin. Whew. And then, of course, decides to...
No, I think Laughing Coffin at least has some moral compared to this guy.
Yeah. But to this guy, we cut away later in some kind of like forest deal. It doesn't even show it happening, which is good, I guess. What did he stab her with? A pencil? Looks like a freaking pencil.
No, he I don't think he stabbed her. I think he crushed her neck with his hands.
No. It was a stab. It was like in her ear.
Oh yeah, that's
through the ear.
A screwdriver. I think looked like screwdriver pen.
Screwdriver could be like like a huge pin.
Something little, something sharp and long.
And skinny.
Yeah.
Point that happened. She dead, and then
again the blank stare.
Flashback. Yeah, this whole point of this flashback is to say that her soul or whatever came out of her head and into him in a way. Like some
I'm like
bubble like soul thing went straight to him.
And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
And then of course, afterwards he's like, oh, this happened. This whatever. It hasn't happened since that one time. I've killed so many people since then. This is the only other time I did it, which is when you killed the
Libya with a fucking he literally crushed her fucking throat.
Yeah, that is who he choked. Which, by the way, that scene took forever to actually choke. Like it was just sitting there like so long. You could have just rushed the scene. You didn't have to animate the
like I'm dying.
I'm surprised the episode wasn't rated mature at that rate, just because of showing actual full-on murder right there. Okay.
I think this whole season should both allocation season should be under mature.
Probably should be.
Like
so much stuff going down with it.
I mean, 6 episodes with a naked lady.
I mean, yeah, you had 6 episodes with naked woman. You had other bit where there was a freaking rape scene, and now you have actual murder right there. Like, okay, I mean, it's one thing if you show stabbing through a sword. It's another thing if you're like spending 10 seconds of animation for a show or something.
I promise you, the guy that wrote that scene probably got off on it. No fucking joke.
Pretty sure the writer of all the scenes is probably just Maki Kawahara. So
okay. The writer of the scene, but the one who animated the scene. Like
the animator, the scene.
I'm a little bit tired. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Kawahara also got off on that. He's probably a sick fuck.
According to him, like the whole whatever it was the rape scene type of thing is like a Japanese sort of trope that happens in a lot of like shows and movies and stuff. So it's just like a trope that happens. It's an older thing, and he himself says it's like, oh, if he could go back, he would unwrite all that out. He would take all that out because he doesn't see the point in it now.
I'm gonna be honest, like a little bit. I understand in the first, like I get the part in the first season.
When it comes to in
the first season,
in the fairy arc, because you're trying to basically say that Sugo is a complete asshole. You're trying to make him like the worst type of person.
Yeah, that worked. That worked. That kind of works then. Yeah.
But then they try it again with the.
I mean, it works. That works, but it's like no.
Forced to try to create a taboo.
I'm gonna say this. It was even worse in like a stage and that stage. It was like, at least.
It was in a way, but.
I mean, then we have Kirito, of course, shading like usual. When it comes to like the fairy arc, we know Kirito.
We'll get to that here in a minute. There's a pretty big one.
Okay, so we still
happened and what else happened? We'll continue back on, but what happened else in the fourth episode? Other than
nothing else, I think. Like, that was like
the other thing that happened that I at least know of is that it did cut back to Alice, and it shows on the door break at last phase test, something like that.
I don't know.
It just like it showed the door saying that, and it started cracking a little bit when she read it. Like she read it, and then.
But that's episode 5.
No. That was the end of 4, and then it goes into 5 when she goes back.
I don't remember.
She's just checking out the door.
Well, episode 5 is like kind of interesting. Actually made me cry a little bit, or almost cry. I didn't cry actually, but I got sad. Fuck.
I mean, there was sad moments, but I
mean, one of my favorite characters was in it. I was so happy. I was like, yay! My favorite redhead. I don't fucking remember Roni. Who the fucking remember Roni? Seriously?
I mean, I remember, but it was just like.
Just like that.
I kind of figured she wasn't gonna be okay. I want to go with this whole thing in the moment. Is that they kind of did reveal that they both had feelings for both.
You don't say.
I was thinking like Ronnie was not.
I mean, she looks like a fucking sociopath. So I mean, she was fucking stale and was like I mean, she had the sociopathic tendencies. Like, she didn't show any feelings except when she was almost,
she definitely showed the feelings, but
not as much as TS did. But I feel like she was the gloomy type. Gloomy.
When it comes to TS, like when it comes down to it, it was more that I guess she was more into the whole feelings thing when it came to Yujo anyway. But anyway, all the stuff that happened. One thing that we kind of gloomed over is that Broccoli, the Integrity Knight.
Broccoli.
Yeah, when I said that.
When you said Broccoli.
No, I said Broccoli.
It's a name.
Anyway,
I don't like his name.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Broccoli. I said that. Anyway, when Alice comes down with both him and Kirito, per Kirito and everything, of course.
With her little cute pet dragon.
However the freaking hell you spell or pronounce
Eldri.
I don't care.
Eldri.
That's what I'm thinking. Eldri, but the freaking way it's pronounced Eldri or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce
I don't care. He has a name.
I don't care. Point is, that dude, was like, oh, you're gonna try to fight and protect that dude? That's gonna make everything worse for you.
And she is like, yes.
Yeah, totally. Macaulay comes out of nowhere, just like, okay, cool. I'll just shoot this mental like arrow at the guy and just see what happens. Or actually, not really.
We don't know who.
Alice.
We don't know who he shot at it, but all we say is like a fucking splash. That's all we say.
You just hear.
Yeah.
Just like a little like.
And then you're like, So basically, did he shoot at Kirito or did he shoot Alice? And either way, he said
I think he shot at Alice because he mentioned him a bit after. He's like, oh, he was trying to. That Kirito's willpower is still there and still strong to protect.
Yeah, that was
in a way, so he's trying to protect.
That what I talked about earlier for people that didn't listen. That he's in a comatose, but he's still fucking like. He's still there, but he's like not there. Like. He's like physically there, but but his mind isn't. He's like it's somewhere else. And that's kind
basically
of
that. I mean, basically what happened. I mean, we mentioned it last time, but basically, obviously, what happened is that his light got damaged. So
yeah, and not only that, I think it also got damaged because of the battle. I think both the battle incident and the malfunctioning made the last battle when Jujo died.
I think that had anything to do.
I think it has a lot to do with it because.
Well, I'm saying when it comes to the mental deal, I mean, sure.
Yeah, but I think, and that connects with the malfunctioning at the same time. It's like the mental
state. Kind of mentioned that that he was in an unstable point, and if your floodlight is unstable at the time and that reset happened, it would immediately damage it. But if it was calm at the time, then nothing would have happened. So I guess that kind of fits. But overall, point being, yeah, that happened, and as usual, Kirito cheats and he blocks an extremely close, extremely fast projectile.
Yeah, I've done it before, He blocked a fucking anti-tank rifle shot from 10 meters. I mean, it's nothing for him.
That was like 1 meter, even less than a meter. He was literally right beside him.
Hey, he predicted the bullet line.
Still, all that happened, and then of course Ron and T show up. Then you realize, oh hey, some black-haired guy. Oh cool, Kirito. Then have a little crying session, which is the sad part.
And I almost cried. I got sad. And you have one of my favorite integrity nights coming up. I fucking love Fenicio. Fenicio is amazing.
Oh yeah. That is my favorite thing that I just thought of. Like, oh yeah, we have a section there where it was just, I feel just like, want to say, just want to say thanks to Kirito because treating me like a regular adversary. So, oh hey, she's a woman. Everyone kept like trying to go easy on her, and Kirito never did, and she was appreciative of that. That was the point. And then Alice, being her jealous self, is just like,
no,
I don't think you have my permission. It's like, oh yeah.
Wait. I think we forget one thing. We were gonna mention this also. Like 2 minutes before that, like in the episode, it's like she's trying to kiss Kirito, like.
Oh, yeah, that was that thing. She kind of did.
And we were like, you like have restraint, but like you want to save him, but like.
I feel like there's gonna be a segment where either two things happen. One, either she will, or she'll be in the middle of trying. And also, it's just gonna pop out of nowhere like,
hey, that's my man, boy. Girl. Asuna can be a real bitch if she gets mad.
Sometimes. I mean, she was
no, I get what I wanted is who could win? Would Alice or Asuna be the best swordsman? Swordswoman in this case.
Probably Asuna.
I don't know. Alice had flowers. Remember that.
Yeah, but when it comes down to it, the whole reason why.
Okay, can we just make a? I want to make a bet. Like in the next episode, where they're gonna have the fight probably against the Dark Territory, they're gonna probably start losing. Then Arsenal is gonna come in and do something. Just saying. And also, like that's like 5 minutes of the episode. And then they're probably gonna arrest Arsenal for fucking trespassing or something. And then the rest of the 15 minutes gonna be like, why are you here? Why did you do this? Like, what the fuck? She helped you. Can you like not arrest the first person that helps you? Like, doesn't the other that help? But back to the actual episode, like what we were talking about. What were we? We were at Fanacho and
the jealousy. So
yeah.
When it comes down to it, I mean, again, you're just like, oh, I have to ask for permission to see characters. Like, oh, yeah, you do. It's like, well, I never see you try to ask permission when it comes to Broccoli. And then it goes into a huge thing about that. You can basically see Broccoli in the background and be like, why is this happening?
What did I do?
Going back and forth about it. It's like, oh, well, it's like, well, Broccoli would probably give me his all. It was never really tired. It's like, well, he would always fight with me and would always get tired after every training session. Like, oh, like, okay. And then, like, literally as they were about to, like, say another thing, Broccoli just teleports to the tent, like, across the camp and just like, hey, meeting started.
Like, wow. And then they have the meet. I think that's like the end of the game, and then it's like,
oh, let's have a meeting and just be like, you know, all this stuff happens. Well, there's only a few of us here. Blah blah blah. Hey,
I like that they have one. Can we just point out one thing? They have one archer, and they're like, but what about all the archers? Like, you guys have one archer. That's an integrity,
like those like 4 silver ones can't be archers. I don't know, but
still, there's like 5 archers in total. Like, the fuck? And then you're like, but what about the lowers? Like, doesn't you have archers? Can't they take care? I mean, I get the mages. Like, that's gonna be an issue, but like, the archers shouldn't be that much of an issue. What the fuck? Yeah, but you see, we have like an army of 3,000. They have what? 10? What did they say? 10,000 or 100,000?
It was like 20.
Yeah, it's a lot, anyways.
Yeah, but to go to the point again. Main character cliche, which is just like, oh, you know, like all this other stuff and everything. Like, well, we do have this like whole secret weapon deals. Like, oh, we can definitely collect all the resources in the area, so they can't. So the mages are all grand.
Yeah, but they that was they said that like that's the gamble. Like, if they remove everything, like, they're gonna lose everything.
Harder to do their thing. But it's like, oh, you know, we have one way where we can do all that, and just like, oh, what would that be? Well,
yeah,
obvious. It's you out there.
It's you, the flower girl.
The main character. It's always the main character having to do everything.
Is that main character actually Kirito in his wheelchair?
In this case, it's now Alice is the main character.
Also, they have a wheelchair for Kirito. For no one who hasn't watched it, he's actually in a wheelchair.
Yeah, wheelchairs exist.
It's so fucking funny because, like, okay, so it has the obsession with the swords, like his sword and Juju's sword. I get Juju's sword, but his own, I mean, why?
I don't know.
Oh, so how much are you gonna bet that he's gonna dual wield them? Like, he's gonna somehow fix the fucking blue rose sword. This fucking broken.
He turned into a red sword in the last episode of the first season, so I'm pretty sure he can still do the same thing.
He's gonna fucking cheat the system again.
Sword, whenever Tease was being all set, everything, the freaking sword glowed when she touched it. Like, I heard his voice.
I mean, don't you remember when he merged with the fucking sword? There's probably a part of him left in it.
Could always be. Plenty of deals there. I don't know. So honestly, predictions to the next episode. Obviously, the fight's gonna go out. The battle. I forgot what the next episode's name is, but
Some I don't remember. I watched until that because also for people that doesn't know it, the intro and the outro song is amazing. I think the intro is by Lisa. Is it the Lisa or is she doing the outro? Who is it that does the intro? I don't know who's does.
Maybe both, but I do know.
No, I don't think.
I think it's I don't know. But when it comes down to it, though,
don't cheat in games, kids.
Yeah, don't cheat in games.
Or they're gonna come a guy with a fucking stab. Oh wait, he cheated death too. Guys, people don't cheat death, please. It starts to get irritating. People that cheat death.
Welcome to Isekai game, or the Isekai, however you pronounce that genre.
Is it?
Everybody cheats death.
If you just put that like, also like every Resident Evil game, you have that one boss that doesn't fucking die. You kill it like 10 times and it's like, yeah, and I'm like, can you fucking just die, okay? Like I'm busy here. Can you die?
As bad as Resident Evil 5. Punching a boulder, because apparently Chris can do that, just like punch that boulder. That woman, okay, it moved. All right, I stand corrected.
Like, what the fuck? Can you stop being so?
Hey, Wesker's in lava. You think he'd be dead? Crash. Like, okay, this is very annoying. Later.
But that's like fucking. I love that kind of stuff though, but I like kind of also hate it because like, no, don't do that.
Hate it because it's impractical. Love it because
it's kind of fun. Like,
funny.
yeah, it's like, can you just die, but also don't die, but die, but don't die.
I want you to die because you annoy me, but I don't want you to die because you're kind of funny. I don't know. But as I was saying.
Or you have like those like Arkham Asylum in Batman that never seems to keep the prisoners ever, and they're like, "Oh, this is a safe place." Like, I'm not sure about that. How many times have the Joker escaped from there? Like, I think you need a new security detail.
Pretty much everybody's escaped from there at least 3 times.
Yeah, and then they're like, "But this is safe." Like, do you know the definition of safe? Like,
it's bad enough that in the Rocksteady games they go from Arkham Asylum and they're like, well, now we need to go ahead and expand into a full-on city district. So Arkham City, here we go. Like, okay, first of all, you just gave them a whole city to work with. That's not good. 2, that basically gives them more utilities to escape that city district. So, not good.
I mean, Joker's main goal is just to destroy Batman. Like the Joker's like the least worrying criminal in the whole fucking series.
So at least what?
He's the least worrying criminal. Like seriously, all he's after is destroying Batman. Like that's it.
I'm saying it's not that he's the most chaotic and the point where you don't know how anything is gonna go, and plus he is literally Batman's biggest villain.
Yeah, I wonder why. It's like the only thing is to go after Batman.
Well, that's not the point. I'm saying it's the biggest villain because there's just.
It's the first villain, I think. Also, that's like the thing. It's the first villain for Batman, I think. It's the first villain. But who cares? We're starting to get into both off topic and we're starting to get late because it's
I was trying to get back on topic, but you can't push us back off. Like,
yeah, well, it's over. I think we're getting off. Like, we're done, if I'm not correct.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you didn't say your predictions in the next episode. I said mine.
I predicted it. Asuna comes in.
Well, that's what we would hope, but honestly, at this rate, I'm thinking it's going to be a few episodes.
Or it's gonna be like, or Kirito wakes up and be like, I can fight it. Like, what the fuck? Weren't you like, weren't you like fucking in a state of mind of dying or something? Stop shit! Stop!
Just go off, but
That's the thing, like, back like when you watched the original SEO, like season 1 and 2, was like it was pretty predictable. Allocation kind of didn't feel that predictable. I mean, who did expect a clown to be a senator?
There's still speculation of me saying like, did she actually die from that or not?
There's no. That's the thing. Also,
did.
Yeah, that's the second question. Did she die?
It showed her. It showed her floating above the city, like above the human civilization, and then that was that. So honestly, she could still be alive and just left the world.
She is part of Kirito. I mean, she was fucking interested in him, so like everyone else is, apparently. So with that said, I think it's time to do our classic and outro because
we should be good. So I will turn off this phone because there's no point keeping it.
I mean, we're gonna spoil our information. So basically, it's as usual. Subscribe to both our YouTube channels. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on Twitter. Check our Discord. And if you're on Mixer and watching this, follow him on Mixer. Like if you're on Mixer, follow him on Mixer. But I don't. Otherwise, don't really. I'm like, don't really follow him anyway. Yeah, that's his public Discord. That's his Discord. I gotta say, did something else? Team Trees, go check that out. Very important. Oh, I don't know anymore. Like, did we forget anything? Like, we have a tendency to forget something. We have everything important, like Twitter, Discord, Twitch, YouTube. We have. Oh, what? I didn't mention my Discord. I also have Discord. He has a Discord that he just gave the link in on Twitch, and probably YouTube. I don't know.
It should have, but I don't know if the bot's working good over there.
Yeah. So basically, our Discords. I have 2 different Discords that you can join, and he has 1.
Technically, I could actually start with a second one, but that's one I'm an admin in. But at the moment, I don't really know how invites are going on that one. It's basically the same thing as mine is. Mine's basically just a chill place to relax in, and then there's.
We're talking about True's Discord.
No.
Because that's like. That's one that I know is like your.
It's in a way a chill place to be in.
Like as long as you don't like post anything on it's like.
Yeah, don't post anything you shouldn't. But basically, just still there's that, and then there's it's basically a content place too. So any of my streamer friends or whatever, and you can also promote your own stuff in it.
Yeah, but same on my main channel, my main Discord, because that one is connected to my community itself that I made, that I have had like a long time, because like I made a community because like it's a good one, and at the moment, and that's like the thing, when I made a community is when I started playing with like. I feel like when I start doing that, like we start also be like. I feel like that's around when our community started merging. Like we both did like. Because beforehand, I don't think we were like. We didn't talk that much beforehand.
Not really.
But when I started switching, like my Discord was named "Freedom is an Illusion" from the beginning. Because one, I believe it's an illusion because of the like idea of freedom is so different from everyone, but the idea of true freedom is anarchy. But people don't see that because people think laws is freedom, but it's not laws. Because you're still kind of not free if you need to follow something.
I don't understand the point of getting philosophical in this whole book, but okay.
Yeah, Discord, guys, and
as I was trying to say before, the one I was talking about, the one I'm being the admin in, is Evils, but I won't do it at the moment because I don't really know if I should be showing that one. I don't really know what he wants. But
He's an
overall,
interesting fella, actually.
yeah. I mean, he's now like reinvented a Discord server he had before to where now it's just like a relaxing place to talk in. Like, I mean, hey, that's up to him to plug.
Yeah. If you want to plug it, he can plug it. He can just ask him if you want to plug something. Can you do it in your Discord? Like, I mean, he probably wouldn't mind me joining because he knows me. I mean, I kind of feel like he's like the guy that's like, even if he looks like he hates someone, it's like, that's the thing about him. It's like, he makes fun of people he enjoy talking with. And he called me weird once. And I'm like, yes, I am. Like, what did you expect? I think I asked him, I'm friends with Nexus, what did you expect?
I used a GIF to say something to him at one point, and he's like, never seen you use one of those before to go for a conversation. I'm like, you have not seen me talk lately, I guess. Anyway, otherwise, we don't really have much else to plug. The only thing else we do have to plug is on my side, which I just thought of, is the audio version of these podcasts. Again, only the first episode has been released on that. So
I don't think I have an. I need to fix it. I need to fix a Twitch version of the Castbox stuff. But in my YouTube description, there is a Castbox link.
Yeah,
going directly.
To the podcast again. Only the first episode right now. I will get the rest later. It's just I've been sick lately. I mean, beforehand that was mostly laziness. Now I've been pretty sick lately, and I can't bring myself to do anything at the moment.
Just do like a fucking normal intro, like. This is what, like, not about what the episode is about. Like, it's an old episode. We talked about this old stuff that happened, and then like just upload it on all the stuff. Like, I think that would work. Like, have one intro for all of them.
Well, I mean, I don't really see the point. There's the whole point of the intro being personalized. That's kind of the whole point of what I'm going for. And I'm not going to do it on all of them. I'm just going to do it on the ones that really matter, and that's a few of them.
Yeah.
Once it gets down to like the latest episodes, I don't do much to it.
Yeah, you should around there. You should technically just stop. Like, just
it is my
stop
it. But anyway, that is basically all that's going to go for.
And we will see you guys. Hopefully hopefully under this week we're gonna play again, because we are gonna probably go back to either Destiny or we're gonna do some other game.
The thing is, when it comes to finishing our Zelda randomizer, before we do that again, I am going to do some off-screen stuff, and I'm going to get myself into the Zoro's domain, because I need to I'm basically just going to glitch myself into it, and then save it. Then we can go back into it.
But if you save it, it actually pushes you back to fucking the tree, doesn't it?
No.
Is there a save point in Zoro's domain?
There's a save point everywhere. When you save, it just saves your location.
Yeah, but certain areas push you back to the tree.
Well, I mean, I guess, but I mean, by save, I could just save state. So I save state into the place. And load it.
Well, yeah, that, and then Zelda is down at the moment, but we have Destiny going on at the moment. Probably gonna finish that sooner than later, actually.
Yeah,
and
pretty much a lot of fun when it comes to Destiny.
And when it comes down to it, we're gonna also doing strikes eventually, and maybe Crucible. I don't know about Crucible yet. I'm like,
when it comes to strikes, I'd say that could only take like 1 to 2, maybe just one stream, because there's not like a huge amount of them. There's enough to just stockpile.
And then we're gonna go into Des 2, of course. Not the DLCs, because I only have the Forsaken DLC because of the free stuff.
I have in general.
Yeah.
I do not have Forsaken, because it's not.
Yeah.
Thing.
And do we have any other plan? We have a plan to start play. Because I got it recently. It was like I got it yesterday, I think. Then I played it today, but I got Stardew Valley, so we're probably gonna do a little bit of that. Pretty chill game though. It's like one of those gonna be more chill streams.
We may make a video in Battlefront 2, maybe, because I feel like that could be a fun thing just to do a video in. Rather than
I'm probably stream it, but you're probably gonna do a video.
Yeah, I'm thinking to probably just make a video of it because I think it'd be more fun that way.
2 idiots,
No.
1 army. Who is winning?
Well, that's the thing. If you are gonna be doing that, how in the hell am I? It's gonna be tough. That's all I'm saying.
What? 2 idiots and 1 arm against an army?
Oh wait, no, I know. Never mind. I just remembered something. I don't have to sound good on your end. I still have the PlayStation 4 earphone that came with it. I was like, I don't have anything that's like headset wise, so I have to use my actual mic. But then I'm like, wait, I still have that PS4 like headphone that came with the PS4. It has like the little mic on it, the one earphone. I just use that. That's a talk. That'd be funny.
But yeah, that is also like yeah, we have a plan to play the EA Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
And if I get him to download it, we may actually start doing some Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls.
Maybe. We basically just have a lot of plans, and in a way, I kind of want to have the. I mean, honestly, we haven't been adhering to it, even though we kind of thought about it. Is like the collab weekends, which in this sense makes sense for the podcast because that's technically a collab. So that works on the every other 2, and then the other.
Yeah, because I feel like
podcast will be a collab, but
one thing is mostly to get next to stream more. Otherwise, he can go like a week or 2 without streaming because he's like, I don't feel like it. And that's like
when it comes down to it, it's just I feel like really what I'm saying when I say the collab weekend is more it's just it's a schedule to have if we don't already. So
yeah,
say we streamed a few days in the week before the weekend happens, we don't have to have the collab weekend at that point.
Yeah, but like if we could get in some stream, and at the moment we're probably gonna get in probably. I mean, I'm gonna say this: if we do like 1 stream in the week and then like 1 in the middle of the, and then at the weekend it's probably gonna be 1 thing. But if we do like I think we do Destiny like almost 2 days in a row. I think you did a Halo stream between.
Skip 1 day. So
because I think it was because you wanted to do Halo because. Was it Halo? Yeah.
The insider, it's gonna go away.
Yeah, but then you got an extension on it.
Yeah, that ends in 2 days, I think.
You're gonna stream it tomorrow, maybe?
I don't know. I gotta check to see when a game mode comes on because I really want to stream it when there's this one game mode that is supposed to be on. I need to check that really quickly.
Do that.
That is tomorrow, not today. Today's the 10th. Tomorrow's the 11th. That's when the game mode that I really want to be on for.
And what time? What time does it start for?
Well, it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time
Ooh.
and ends at 9. Well, not really ends. It basically kind of ends at 10 a.m. Pacific time the very next day.
Okay, so you have time to stream it. Good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like a full day deal. Though on the 12th is when it's supposed to end.
It doesn't on the 12th. If it's the 11th tomorrow, it ends on the 12th. It's 1 day.
I literally just said, no, tomorrow's is the 11th. Today
is the 10th. Yes. Today is the 10th.
Today's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. Then the day after is Tuesday. So it ends on a Tuesday. So
I'm confused now. We were meant to end the stream and now we're fucking rambling on about time. What is time? What is the definition of time?
You could have just shortened it and said that we have a lot of collab ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I want to take out what we have, like, because that's a good thing. Like, I think people want to know what. Otherwise, people are gonna ask, like, what do you have?
The question is, who's still watching at the very end of this, or listening?
If you're still here, what the fuck is wrong with you, sir or madam? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, see, that's how he asks things. He just said, "What's wrong with you?" I just say, like, I applaud because I could not. I could do it on someone else's podcast or something. Ours, I mean, I really, it's just more so I can't listen to my own voice.
Yeah, but I mean, one thing for sure is like we're not gonna listen to our own podcast because of the idea of listening to ourselves.
Yeah, but regardless, thank you for everyone who has been watching on on the episodes, everything. If you don't listen for the whole thing, I mean, we're not gonna blame you, but it's nice to have some people just to come in every once in a while.
And if you listen to the whole thing, poor soul. Poor.
I feel bad for you. Just so many hours of your life wasted.
I mean, we got a fucking friend of ours watch.
Like if you have the podcast open in the background or something, like you're saying you're playing the game as well or something. I mean, you're not really wasting your time. It's just there. Like you're doing other things.
I mean, we got a friend of ours to watch a fucking 5 videos hour stream that we did.
I really feel bad for her on that. I don't know why
we were like, why?
I told her, like, I would have shortened it down if there were people waiting on it, but now no one's really waiting on it, so I'm taking my time, which I can't get years from now. But I'm saying in general, it's just
that was like the best thing.
And now she's like, I wasted 5 hours. That like you didn't have to watch the whole thing.
Like
we mentioned one part, and we could have linked that one part.
Nah, I'm gonna watch the whole thing. And it's just like, why did you say I was like that character? Like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything?
You were like the one we made fun of, not. Anyway.
Also, that character has too many kids. Like, seriously, you need to stop kidnapping kids. And on that note.